Governor Athletics on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Pierre Governor Sports are brought to you by Wind Circle, the Clubhouse Hotel and Suites, Edward Jones Financial, CHS River Plains, Faith Lutheran Church, Oahe Federal Credit Union, Slumberland Furniture, and Lamb Motors.
Graceland Taylor looking up ahead for Berry. She's got it on her foot. Ryan Berry coming in to the top of the box. Berry is in. Her shot. She scores! Ryan Berry makes it 4-3. And the Governors, they were down 3-0. 35 seconds in the half. And with 1:05 left to go in the second half, they have taken a 4-3.
And by AGE, Capital City, Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota. American Family Insurance, Brittany Scheffelbein Agency. Country Carpet. Capital City Campus. Shane's Pharmacy. Floss Dentistry. Graves Plumbing. And Ferding Electric.
Here is Huber. A bump set for goes. Blocked up by the Governors. We're tied at 14. A big block for the Governors. Sherwood is over there. 14-14.
Pierre Governor Sports is also brought to you by Fisher Rounds, Access Health, Billion Auto, Weatherall, The Swartz Agency, Xander Auto Parts, Todd's Electric, First United Methodist Church, Kruger Contracting, First Dakota National Bank, and Gales Gas.
Kinos will float it to the end zone. Zabel's open. Catch is made. We are tied at 34.
Pierre Governor Sports is also brought to you by River Bottom Sanitation, Agtegra Cooperatives and Wheat Growers, Dakota Sprinkler, Graham Tire, May Adam, Nystrom Electric, State Farm, Allied Plumbing and Heating, Avera, and Dakota Prairie Bank.
Kinos will take the snap. He'll take the knee. And for the 6th straight year, as they beat the T-Area Titans 35-20, 6 consecutive titles, tying the all-time record in South Dakota history for consecutive titles here in the state.
And also by Wheelhouse Auto Body, the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General Division of Consumer Protection, Wagner Auto, Anderson Rumpke Dental, Bank West, Stulkin Peterson LLP, Sanford Health Clinic Pierre, and Beck Motors. And now to the booth with the call of the game with award-winning KCCR Sports Director John Winkler.
And from Hollister Field, we welcome you here to the third game of 3 of the 3-game homestand for the Pierre Governors as they take on the Huron Tigers tonight, as the Govs looking to get back on the winning track as they come in at 5-1 in the season. Their loss to Brandon Valley last week, and now we'll look to get back into the winning ways and take down the Huron Tigers. John Wickler alongside Blake Dean, and glad you're here with us. And Blake, here tonight, this is a much different looking team across the sideline, and not to take anything away from the Huron Tigers, but the size of the roster isn't as big. The size of the guys just aren't as big.
Yeah, that's the biggest difference tonight, John, is we knew going into the Brandon game last night was the game was going to be won in the trenches, and that proved to be the case because, Brandon Valley, when they line up 5 guys across the offensive line that average, 6'3", 6'4", and about 290 pounds, that's going to win you the ball game every single time when you can run for 5, 6, 7 yards a carry, which is essentially what, Levi Veskerna on the Brandon Valley offensive line did last week, and they rightfully received the game ball from Jason Andier at Midco Sports for that effort, and resulted in a Brandon Valley win, ending the Pierre Governor 20 consecutive game winning streak last week. But the Govs have an opportunity to get back on track against a Huron Tiger squad who, like you said, a lot different, a lot less physically intimidating than a Brandon Valley squad that we saw last week. But, definitely not a team to be overlooked as far as the Huron Tigers are concerned. There have been years in the past where, you look and see Huron on the schedule and you think, okay, they don't really scare you, but this team can air it out. They can throw the ball, they can run the ball, they can beat you in a lot of different ways. And I think this will be an exciting matchup for both teams tonight. You know, you've got athletes across the board on both sides for both teams, and it should be a really exciting matchup. I'm looking forward to this one, and hopefully the Govs come out on the right end of this one.
And the Govs are looking to go to 6-1 of the season with the win here tonight. So they'll have T-Area and Douglas the remaining 2 games of the regular season after this week. But here tonight against the Huron Tigers, looking for win number 6. Huron at 3-3. This is a big 11 AA matchup between these two teams. We'll step aside and we'll come back in 3 minutes and start our conversation with our coaches. Then we'll talk with the coach Strand of the Huron Tigers first. Back in 3 minutes here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Weatherall Roofing and Insulation is a family-owned business that has served Central South Dakota for over 25 years. Weatherall Roofing and Insulation specializes in metal roof restorations and flat roof repair. They also offer the highest quality insulation using closed-cell polyurethane foam and blow-in fiberglass. For all your roofing or insulation needs, make Weatherall your first choice. And remember, just foam it.
At AgTegra, we're leveraging the power of the cooperative to benefit our farmers and ranchers, their families, and local communities. We're creating jobs for your neighbors and putting money back into our communities. We're lending a hand in our rural fire departments, food banks, and 4-H and FFA programs. That's what local is all about. When you do business at AgTegra, you help us make a difference in your community. AgTegra, strong, stable, dependable, and local.
This fall, take some time to think about your future. While the leaves make their way down to earth and the last sunset of summer leaves us with an autumn chill, it's time to grab the nearest foam finger and break out the face paint. Rush the stands with First Dakota National Bank and forget how to blink. Fall sports are back with jaw-dropping plays, an electric atmosphere, and epic scores. Make some noise with First Dakota National Bank. Open a new account online today at firstdakotanationalbank.com. Member FDIC.
River Bottom Sanitation, your locally owned waste management company serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre communities. Contact River Bottom Sanitation for your residential and commercial pickups. Now River Bottom Sanitation is your source for all your roll-off needs. River Bottom Sanitation in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Give them a call for pricing at 605-222-1120. River Bottom Sanitation. That's 605-222-1120.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back. The sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good, solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
As we welcome you back to the pregame show here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Joining me is Coach Drew Strand here of the Huron Tigers as the Govs and the Tigers meet here in Hollister Field in just a little bit. Kickoff at 7 o'clock. And Coach, let's talk a little bit about your team here. 3-3 so far in the season. You have picked up a 48-7 win over the Douglas Patriots. Have won 3 of your last 4 games. What have you liked about your team over this stretch of 4 games going 3-1?
Our team is really kind of turning that corner. These couple of years and last year's previously, we've had kind of almost like a mental block for our own kids to be able to do those tough things. And there are situations, in some of these games that we have overcome those tough situations and overcome the adversity. So I really like how our team is starting to, push themselves to be successful and have the confidence in themselves to be successful.
And I know it was all the way back at the very beginning of the season. You're a different team. Everybody's a different team than the week 1. But T-Area you lose to them 27-26. A point, 2 points away from or changing that around to being 4-2 on the season instead of 3-3. Did you feel after that game that hey, this team is already starting to turn the corner? Even though you lost, that you felt like this team is already on the right track after the first game?
Yep. I mean, after that first game, it really showed us who our core group of kids were, and done a fantastic job so far this year of trying to keep everybody together and get those guys to understand and really kind of change the culture of Huron football here. And I know it's been a while since we've been a 500 team, so going into Pierre, it's going to be, tonight's going to be a tough situation and a tough team to play against. But, I wouldn't have it any other way going all of a sudden. Here we are at 500 and now going up against one of the better teams in Class AA and seeing, how much progress we've made and how much fight mentally we can give tonight.
Well, you're a team that likes to throw the football around, and Pierre last week got burned on the run against Brandon Valley. Throwing wise, Jack Thuy, the Brandon Valley quarterback, had a tough time against the defensive backs. When you watch film, and of course that was probably a nice thing to see on film, quote unquote nice thing to see on film of how the defensive back played against the Brandon Valley team. So when you look at that, what do you need to do to be able to have that success through the air against this Governor defense?
It's kind of the same thing. T came out and kind of does the same thing Pierre does, just a little bit different look where, they kind of like to both play man, and Pierre does a fantastic job of being physical out on the edge and just play man. But, we've spread the ball around enough this year, whether it's to CJ Gainey or Gavin Moding, to where, you kind of find those two in space, and once in a while they kind of break out, or, just using Cashton in more than one way than just the run game and getting involved in the passing game. So, we just got to come out tonight and try to find ways to get those guys open it up, and just continue to kind of do what we do. And, we got to be able to beat that man coverage tonight.
Well, you saw the success that Brandon Valley had on through the ground as well. That you're not going to be a different team just because of what another team did. But when you look at that on film too, do you say, okay, if things aren't going right away, do you look at running the ball a little bit more, or is it kind of yeah, Huron will run the football if it dictates it. Otherwise, we're going to try and pass the football, because we want to stay and be who the Huron Tigers are.
Yep. I mean, I know we got a lot of passing yards, but if you go back and kind of look at our stats and where we at rushing passing wise, we're almost 50-50, almost about 55, pass. So we're close to that 50-50 mark. Unfortunately, it takes us a little while to get our run game going with, whether guys doing the wrong assignment or things like that. So, we're kind of progressing there to being sound in our run game. So, I mean, if it allows us to, we'd love to run the ball. I know that Pierre likes to, it's kind of hard with those guys off of the edge and their five front type of look. So it's hard to kind of gauge where those guys are going to go. So hopefully, the passing game kind of opens up that run game a little bit for us tonight.
Talking with Drew Strand here of the Huron Tigers. Now let's flip the other side of the ball here with defensively for you guys against this Pierre Governor offense. They struggled to I wouldn't say move the ball, but they couldn't finish the drives against Brandon Valley. So again, on film, what are you seeing from this Pierre offense that your defense needs to be good to continue to frustrate the Pierre offense?
Yep. The one thing I noticed just from film on Brandon Valley, they like to move around a lot, on defensively right before the snap. Because I know, their offense kind of goes off of kind of what you're giving them and what's open. So, just kind of moving our guys around and giving them different looks. I know last year's film, we did a fantastic job of that against one of the greatest quarterbacks out of the state, being able, to get pressure on him or pick him off. I know he ran the ball on us last year a little bit, but, we kind of contained him passing the ball. And so, it's kind of a different group and different team this year than what they had last year. So we just got to come at it at different aspects and kind of bring speed around them. And, hopefully our speed and their speed will kind of match up the same. And, hopefully we can fight physical enough with their front.
Well, Coach, hey, I appreciate you coming on, but before we wrap things up here, I'd like to ask the coaches this, and the final question of the biggest reason and the biggest key for the Huron Tigers to get a win against the Pierre Governors here tonight.
I think, if we are able to get a team win against Pierre, it just kind of shows that the culture of football in Huron is changing. We've done a lot of great things so far, and the kids kind of believe in themselves. So, to go up and even just compete with one of the best teams in AA and keep it a game, whether it's, coming away with a win or something like that. I just want our guys to compete and really show that we're trying to change, and we've changed the culture here of Huron football. And, we're excited about the football team and our community and fans behind us as well, 100%.
Well, Coach, I appreciate the time. It's going to be a fun one tonight between Pierre and Huron. Always is when those two teams and playing some pretty good football for both these teams too. So appreciate the time. Good luck here tonight, and good luck the rest of the season. And maybe we'll be talking again down the road here in the playoffs.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That's head coach Drew Strand of the Huron Tigers, back with more of the pregame show after this here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics on KCCR. Go Govs! For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Access Health Fort Pierre is here to serve you. Mission-driven to provide affordable, high-quality health care. Access Health provides personalized care for the entire family, including chronic and acute care, evaluation of illness and injuries, laboratory services, wellness exams, DOT and sports physicals, and immunizations. Access Health Fort Pierre. Affordable, high-quality service without the wait. Compassionate, committed, and convenient. The clinics of Access Health have been serving Central South Dakota for the past 35 years. Access Health, caring for communities, caring for you.
Wind Circle, operating since 1995. We combine quality customer service and experience with the right technology to meet your needs. Our cybersecurity professionals will make sure your systems are secure. Services offered are video and data cabling, service and support contracts, cutting-edge camera systems to door security devices. Wind Circle has many hardware options. Dell, Barracuda, Lenovo, SonicWall, and Ruckus, to name a few. Our staff has over 30 years of combined network design and cabling experience at your disposal. Call us today at 605-224-1111 and request a free quote. Again, that's 605-224-1111.
Victory is sweet, but defeat stings. Where do you turn when things start to go badly in your life? This is Pastor Sam at Faith Lutheran Church. God loves you. He's by your side no matter what life brings. I encourage you to join us for family-friendly, encouraging worship. Whether today is a day to give thanks or to seek God's comfort, you'll find help and support at Faith Lutheran Church.
We're Faith Lutheran and we are glad you're here.
As we welcome you back to the pregame show here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Joining me is Coach Steve Steele here, the Pierre Governors, as the Govs take on the Huron Tigers. Final game of the three-game homestand that you're on. Taking on this Huron team, obviously get back to facing 11 AA opponents. What have you seen, going in this matchup against Huron on film?
Yeah, offensively they like to throw the ball. They're pretty successful with it. So, it's going to be a little bit opposite of the last week where, it was obviously all about the run. So, DBs, hopefully they can have another good effort. They played great last week on the throws that Brandon did make. So hopefully they can have another strong game. And then defensively, kind of a similar front, a little bit more of a read and react defense. But you never know. I mean, they could get aggressive and come after us this game too.
With your loss last Friday, we kind of talked about in the postgame that the DBs were really good. Forcing Thuy and forcing Brandon Valley to run the football. And yes, they ran it with success, but your defensive backs were great breaking up passes, and that's not typically seen from a high school football team. Usually when you can throw the ball, you can throw for success if everything's accurate. And Thuy was pretty accurate. It's just that the defensive backs were in the right spot and making some really good plays. Yeah,
again, that was a big bright spot of last week's performance was our defensive backs, and really everyone in coverage was exceptional. So again, it's a good momentum builder for them going in, and obviously the task not taken away from Huron, but the task up front is a lot smaller, literally, figuratively, in every possible way about that.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too. We talked about in the post game again last Friday that this team that you're facing the rest of the year, every team the rest of the year, there's nothing to take away from them. It's just that you're not going to see anybody as big and as strong and as physical as Brandon Valley, because their average height and weight was so much bigger than anybody else that it is going to feel like they're not as good, but they're still going to be good. You're going to face good teams. It's just going to feel probably a little bit somewhat easier for this defensive front or going against offenses.
Yeah, it will. And a lot of that is just, again, the size and strength factor. Obviously these other teams have strong kids, but, there's not another team that we play that has 6'5", 3 bills across the board. And we have very strong kids too, and there's just a difference between trying to push a 300-pound kid next to another 300-pound kid or pushing a guy that's your size. So, it's not that this necessarily gets easier, but it's definitely a different front the rest of the way than we saw last week.
Well, and offensively, obviously, you guys scored just 14 points, but there's still some things to take from that offense. But obviously, you guys are probably a little bit frustrated not scoring as much as they normally do. How does that factor into practice over this week to make sure guys understand, like, hey, we're whether or not we scored a whole lot of points, we can still be better offensively. We still were better offensively.
Yeah, the biggest thing on our offensive side is we were kind of a play away every drive. I think the first drive we were one play away. We threw a pick and we had open receivers. The second play was a penalty that turned that drive over. The third drive was a penalty. We have to really limit those, and again, some of those penalties are forced. You're playing a great opponent. Some of those are tough, but, when we're playing good teams and you get into crunch time, you just can't afford a bad play at any point.
You get your final game of a 3-game homestand. It has been a while since you've been on the road. How nice has it had been to play now a third straight game at home?
Yeah, it's been nice. I said especially the homecoming game when it was downpouring and out of routine. It was good to have a routine-based home game, and it'll be nice to have another one here tonight, and then kind of get back on the road for a game. But it's been a really good stay-at-home trip, and I think everybody's just been really happy with that idea of not having to get on the road a bunch.
Obviously you take care of yourself. You win all the games that you possibly can. If you go win out, you're still going to be 8-1 at the end of the season. But now that there's that possibility of, just because of how the seed points fly, that you don't end up at home or as a number 1 seed. But these games are now even more important to pick up, because you don't want to lose those seed points, regardless of how good an opponent is. With the record of Huron right now, you don't want to lose any seed points that you possibly can get.
Yeah, and obviously the most important part is that we'd be home through the dome. We want to make sure that we're a top 2 seed, and if we win out, that shouldn't be an issue. We should be a top 2 seed regardless. You want the 1, but 1-2, you're home either way. So that's important. And then this is our last ESD game, so this is another big one to go out and have an undefeated ESD season 2.
We had a couple injuries last week. Obviously, George Stalley being the biggest one, had to leave, go to the hospital. How's he doing now a week later? Not so much is he going to play tonight, but how's he doing to recovering? And again, it was precautionary. Everything seemed to be okay, but how's he doing?
Yeah, he's been doing really good. He had a concussion after it, and he's been going through the protocols all week. It's one of those, we'll see how it goes. He's right where he should be. If anything, he's a little bit ahead of where we'd expected him to be, which has been great to see. But, first and foremost, he's good, and everything is going to be okay on him.
Zabel dealing with a little bit of a leg injury. How's he doing? Friday.
I think most of the rest of our guys, kind of just clumping Zabel into the group. We've got bumps and bruises at this point in the season, and they hurt a little more in a game like last Friday. So, I think that everyone else is going to be ready to go, and no one at this point of the year is probably 100%, but everybody's enough to play and enough to play their best.
Going into tonight here against Huron, what's going to be the biggest reason why the Govs get a win against the Tigers?
Yeah, defensively, we've got to make sure we're stopping the pass. We've got to make sure we're trusting everything, and we've got to contain their quarterback with our front. He's a good scrambler, so our D-line's got to do a good job not letting him loose either. And then offensively, we've got to be able to get back and run the football. I think we wanted to do that against Brandon. We had some success with it early, and then just with the score being what it was, we kind of had to get out of that and go to throw. So we would like to be able to hopefully run the ball more.
Well, Coach, I appreciate the time as always. We'll talk to you in the postgame.
Thanks, John.
As head coach Steve Steele, the Pierre Governors, will return with more pregame show after this here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
This Friday through Monday at Slumberland Furniture on the Truck Bypass in Pierre, you'll find extra special deals during their 4-day customer appreciation sale. You'll find savings in every department, but these specials are marked down to as much as 65% off. Plus, for an added incentive, get an extra 10% off clearance items and 25% off custom dining orders. Be sure to ask about our special financing. The big 4-day customer appreciation sale at Slumberland Furniture on the Truck Bypass in Pierre. It's 4 days only. Don't miss it. The Clubhouse Hotel and Suites has Midwestern charm and unprecedented attention to detail that provides the perfect getaway. The Clubhouse Hotel and Suites provides a complimentary deluxe continental breakfast featuring hot waffles, biscuits, and gravy. They also have an indoor children's water playland, whirlpool and fitness center, and a beautiful backyard patio with seasonal fire pits. Everyone deserves a night away. Call 605-494-2582 to make your reservation today. The Clubhouse Hotel and Suites. Experience luxury in the heart of South Dakota.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota is serving the central South Dakota community and beyond with a great selection of used vehicles. Local trades and program vehicles are available. New Toyotas and new Fords are arriving and selling before they even hit the lot. So don't wait. Stop in and find out what's coming. If you've been thinking about ordering a new Ford, stop in and sit down with one of our sales specialists today. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit capitalcityfordtoyota.com.
Nystrom Electrical Contracting in Pierre has been providing professional sales, service, and installation since 1977. Whether you're starting from scratch, new construction, or you're upgrading your current system at your home, farm, or office, give the professionals at Nystrom Electrical Contracting a call. They've got a lot of bright ideas. Call Nystrom today to schedule a free computer-generated estimate. The number is 224-8750, or visit their website at nystromelectric.com.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
People helping people.
Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
As we welcome you back here, we are getting set for a kickoff between the Pierre Governors and the Huron Tigers. John Winkler alongside Blake Dean as we're just about set for a kickoff, doing the coin toss right now. And Blake, let's get your biggest take here and the biggest key for this Governor team to get a win against the Huron Tigers tonight.
Yeah, I think Coach Steele said it best. It'll be a big test for the Govs defensive backs. Huron throws the ball a lot. Colton McNeil is very proficient through the air. I think defensively it's going to be, how sticky can the defensive backs be? How well can those safeties play against coverage? And then on the flip side of the ball, essentially what it came down to last week. Can the Govs win in the trenches against the Huron defensive line by running the ball, and then that will set up the play-action pass game as well as the option game when they can get quarterback Cade Kaiser on the move out on the outside of the tackles.
So the Huron Tigers won the toss. They will elect to receive as they will get the ball first. Asher Vandenbos he's going to be doing the place kicking. Jed Zay will do the kickoffs. Bria Sargent, Ryan Berry, they're getting set for a soccer game in the quarterfinals against Mitchell tomorrow at 11 o'clock kickoff. So they are not dressing tonight. They're on the sideline but not be participating in the game tonight. As we also hope that they don't play next Friday for the Pierre Governors, because that means they're in the state championship next week, Saturday, in Brandon Valley. We love to see Brian Berry and Bria Sargent both on the field, but we know that they won't play if the Governors are in the state championship, so we hope we don't see them on the field again next Friday in T.
Yeah, absolutely. And they've got a test tomorrow in the top overall seed in Mitchell, and everything forward, Maya Mullenmeister.
You know your soccer well, Blake.
That's because I listen to the best on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Jed Zabel will kick this one away. The Governors will be taking defense to begin, as it will be the kick returner, Jonathan Peterson, and Zachary Hansen back deep for the Huron Tigers. This will be a short kick to the 20-yard line taken by the Huron Tigers, out to the 25 to the 30, coming to the near side, out at the 35-yard line. That was Colby Hofer that got the return, and that's where the Huron Tigers will set up shop right around the 35-yard line. Their starting lineup, as it will be the starting quarterback, the senior here will be the running back, along with Colby Hofer, the tight end. The three receivers they have, C.J. Gainey, Logan Leyendecker, and Gavin Moding. Those three receivers for the Huron Tigers. Get to the starting lineman here in just a second. There is a flag that flies right off the snap, although McNeil kept himself and he got out to around the 45, 46-yard line. However, that flag probably going to be jumping them back about 5 yards, unless the Governors were offside to begin that first play. Right now it's a gain of about 10.5 for McNeil. A long discussion here for the officials, too. The rest of that offensive line here before they give us the call. The left tackle is Liam Davis. The left guard is Brian Ramirez. The center is Jackson Reno. The right guard is Connor Johnson. And the right tackle is Hunter Fensky. Now the referees are still having a conversation here.
I wonder if they picked up the flag, because, the down marker is now really close to the line of scrimmage, and neither official has moved the ball yet, but stripes are still talking over on the far hash.
Yeah, it would be a first down right now, so they have to figure out exactly what this is. And we'll hear.
Outside. Defense. First down.
So will be a gain of 11 for McNeil on the rush, and Huron has got that first.
I think that was actually Caudell.
Was it Caudell that took the snap?
I thought I saw a 5 on the jersey there. I could be wrong about that.
So the snap, and there's it is Caudell that is taking the snap, so he ran that ball for 11 yards. And now a false start penalty that will back them up. So McNeil is actually split out wide to the left side. And overall so far, too, that Caudell has thrown a pass for 20 yards to McNeil for a touchdown reception. So that there is something to be said about that. If they do continue to have Caudell be the man in the backfield or being the quarterback.
Yeah, they're going to keep lining Caudell up behind center, or in the pistol formation with McNeil split outside.
Man comes in motion. It's going to be a snap to Caudell, and he'll run the football as he was they start at the 40-yard line. He'll get around to the 42, make the 43, a gain of 3, and it's second down and a 12 here for the Huron Tigers.
Yeah, good push there by the Huron line. Nothing doing there for Caudell up the middle. Governor defensive line was able to kind of meet him after a gain of about 2 or 3, like you said, John. Brings up second and 12 for the Tigers from their own 43-yard line, approaching midfield.
The defensive line for the Governors, Elijah Bucci, Austin Lingdow, and Emmett Anderson, those three guys on the line, as now McNeil is the quarterback. He'll toss it to the near side. It'll be taken by Caudell. He'll run his way out of bounds right around the 50-yard line. So they're at third and manageable here. It'll end up being a gain of about 6 to make it, actually a gain of 8 to make it 3rd and 4 here for the Huron Tigers.
Yeah, nice option play around the outside. They a good job of reading the defense by McNeil, was able to flip it to Caudell for a nice chunk play there. That brings up 3rd and about 5 here for the Tigers, and McNeil will be in the shotgun.
Empty backfield here for McNeil. The throw will go to the far side. It's going to be caught. Man got burnt as it's going to be down the sideline all the way to the 5-yard line, getting pushed out of bounds. It was Gavin Moding that made the reception. Carson Stosher ended up pushing him out. I think Spencer Easlin was trying to undercut the route, and it went over the top, and a big gain, and it's 1st and goal for Huron.
Yeah, just Spencer Easlin trying to make a play, and just unfortunately undersold the route, and McNeil dropped it right over the top of him. And like you said, Moding was able to scoot down the sideline for a big pickup of 46.
Caudell will keep it this time as he'll try and get to the end zone, but he's going to be stopped just short. So it looks like Easlin was in on the tackle. And Caudell will pick up a couple yards to around the 2, a gain of about 2. And it's 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line.
Yeah, and this is kind of like we talked about too, John, it's kind of a recipe for teams to maybe follow in the future. Take the ball first against the Pierre Governors and try to match them as far as scoring-wise, and Huron's looking to do that right now here with this opening drive.
McNeil, the quarterback again, and Caudell in the backfield with them. They're going to look to maybe toss it, but then a big suplex from Lucas Chamberlain, as that's a big 2-point takedown. WWE would also like the suplex there from Lucas Chamberlain.
Yeah, and here the Huron coaches were looking for maybe unnecessary roughness, but that's just a good open field tackle there by Lucas Chamberlain, and you play till the whistle blows and stop McNeil in the backfield and put him like you said, kind of a suplex maneuver to put him right on his face and make this a 3rd down and a long 5 here for the Tigers.
9:20 to go here in the first quarter. Opening drive of the ball game. No score on the American Family Insurance Brady Shufflebind scoreboard. 3rd and goal here for the Huron Tigers, just around the 5-6 yard line. As Caudell will take the direct snap again. He's got nowhere to go in that defensive line. Tyne Winkler and Bucci both over there to make the tackle, as it's going to be a loss of about a 1 or 2, and it's going to be 4th down, and we'll see if maybe we'll have Nick Kleinsasser come out for a chance for a field goal, but I don't believe he is. McNeil's making his way back out there, and they're going to go for it on 4th and goal.
Yeah, I think that's probably smart there from the Huron Tigers. They're trying to get a score here early, and worst comes to worst, they don't pick this up, and the Govs have to go a long way on their first possession.
Empty backfield, and the pass is going to be deflected, and it's going to be incomplete. Evan Anderson got his hand on it, and it's a turnover on downs, and the Governors are able to stand tall on their first defensive drive. No score with 8:35 to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, nice job by the Governor defense of bending but not breaking and playing fantastic goal line defense. Emmett Anderson, as McNeil was looking left, just got a big paw up there and knocked that thing away and ended and quelled the Tiger drive at about the 6-yard line.
Kate Kaiser leads the offense out 2 yards of passing, and he'll have 1,300 yards in the season. Brock Mosier gets the first handoff, as he'll get a gain of a couple, as they have to go 94 yards to the Pierre Governors, as Mosier will get a couple on that first down run.
Yeah, a couple yards off the right side there from Mosier. And, that's got to be a big key for Pierre to win this ball game too, John, is establishing the run early.
Kate Kaiser again, shotgun formation, toss for Mosier. Almost didn't catch that ball cleanly. Mosier is picked up around the face mask, but I believe it maybe was just around the shoulder pads itself, and Mosier gets out to about the 12-yard line, a gain of about 4, and it's 3rd down and medium here for the Governors.
Yeah, it looked like it maybe was around the head on that tackle there, but I think the tackler came up from behind him, and Pierre is going to maybe catch Huron offsides there.
I believe they got Huron to jump. Nobody's moved quite yet.
Good ball. Encroachment. Defense. Over penalty. 3rd down.
So it's a 5-yard penalty, and they say it's still 3rd. They said 3rd down, but now it's going to be 1st down. Yeah, that was the gain of 5 gets them a 1st down. And I think Pierce started to jump a little bit, so they weren't too sure that they were going to pick up that 1st down or not. 7:35 to go, 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. Pistol formation, receiver on each side. Handoff will go for Trey Lewis this time, as Lewis is able to find his way through. He's able to break one tackle and find his way up to the 31-yard line. However, there's a flag at the 20. Right now, that was a gain of 13 for Trey Lewis on his first run of the night, if it stands.
Yeah, possibly going to get the Govs for a hold because it was close to the line of scrimmage where that flag was thrown.
Holding. Offense number 67. 3-yard penalty. 1st down.
Lucas Chamberlain, the 6'2", 265-pound senior outside guard, gets called for the hold.
Lucas Coleman.
Make that Coleman, yep. As he is called for it, and the Governors will go back to they're going to spot him at the 10-yard line. So it's going to be 1st down and 18 now here for the Governors.
Yeah, a long way to go, but if Trey Lewis can pick that right back up again in a hurry.
Mosier will go in motion. They'll toss it. It'll be a completed pass for Kay Kaiser. Mosier will almost break free as he got to around the 17-yard line or 18-yard line. Gain of 8 to get those yards back, and it's going to be 2nd down inside the 2 chain links right now to make it 2nd and about 9.
Yeah, Mosier able to get back to the original line of scrimmage, and we'll see if Kaiser runs that play again at some point in the future.
Handoff for Lewis. He'll hesitate in the backfield. He's able to jump to his right, and then Lewis is stood up around the 26-yard line. Another big gain there for Trey Lewis, and it'll be about 3rd down and about 1 here for the Govs now.
Trey Lewis is so explosive in the backfield, John. He's done it for, 2 or 3 years where he is, you can tell that he just moves different. He's a different athlete coming out of the backfield.
A fake to the toss for Mosier, handoff for Lewis, and he'll find his way past the sticks out to the 31-yard line. Just took him a little bit longer to get back to the 31 as he got out to around the 20 or to the 31, a gain of 5 and a 1st down for the Governors.
Yeah, again, just off the right side. A lot of window dressing there from the Governor offense, and it ended up being a run to Lewis off the right side, and he picks up the 1st.
Empty backfield as the Governors continue to go quick, far side of the field, and Kaiser will scoot his way out of bounds as he gets to around the 39, I believe, is where the far side official will spot him, actually the 38, a gain of about 7 for Kaiser, make that a gain of 6 for Kaiser.
Yep, ushered out of bounds by Juergens after Kaiser goes behind, again, the right side of the Governor offensive line, which is clearly the strength of the Governor offensive line seems to be that right side.
5:58 to go here in the 1st quarter. Still no score. The American Family Insurance Brittany shuffle behind scoreboard. 3 receivers here on the near side. Quick toss as it's going to be caught by Brock Mosier on a screen pass. He's going to get out to around the 45-yard line. Another 1st down for the Governors as it was a gain of 7 for Mosier. He's got both catches for 16 yards right now from Kate Kaiser, who's 2 for 2.
Yeah, nice little swing pass there out to Mosier. Mosier with a nice spin move to elude one defender and pick up the 1st down.
3 receivers out far side. Kaiser design run. Again, the Governors moving quickly. Kaiser takes a big hit about the 50-yard line as he picks up 5 yards, and the Govs will have 2nd and 5. And that was play number 8 of the drive already here for the Governors, and they're just now to midfield.
Yeah, big hit delivered there by the senior defensive back, Gavin Moding. Govs are running behind the strong side of the offensive line. Whether it's to the right or the left, they're running behind the 3 guys that are stacked on their offset offensive line because the center is not always directly in the middle of the line for the Govs.
There's going to be a false start penalty against the Governors.
Yep.
This clap from Kaiser, and the ball didn't come out quick enough, and that will push the Governors back to that original line of scrimmage.
Good ball. All-star. Offense. Penalty. 2nd down.
An offensive line for the Governors. Ty Michael, the tackle. Lucas Coleman, the outside guard. Matthew Brewer, the inside guard. Zane Rouse is the center, and Jacob Mikkinen is the nub guard. As 3 of those 5 guys on the line of scrimmage are juniors and will be back next year. Quick pass over for Mosier. He'll make the catch right at the 50-yard line. They get those 5 yards back, and it will end up being now 3rd down and 5 here for the Governors.
Mosier again on the catch. And the Govs offense maneuvering quickly. Let's see what they do here on 3rd and 5. They've got 2 receivers to the left, 1 right, and a tight end. They tried to draw the Tigers off sides again, did Kaiser. No play was called. Now they've got a play coming in from the sideline and Coach Steve Steele.
4:30 left to go here in the 1st quarter. Empty backfield. Kaiser drops back to pass. He'll throw over the middle. Zabel will make the catch. His 1st of the game. He fumbled the football. They're going to say he was down, though. Huron says they had the ball, but Zabel had made the catch. He was down by contact, and Zabel's a little bit slow. He had a bummed leg last week, and he took a big shot to that right leg on that tackle.
Yeah, it looked like the leg just kind of got caught up under a couple of Huron defenders there by Jet Zabel, but nice kind of a dig route there over the middle of the field. Kaiser able to see him, big senior tight end, and another first down for the Governor offense.
Lewis gets a handoff. He was able to stiff arm a man before he was brought down by number 23, Gavin Boating. And Lewis will pick up about 4 or 5 yards and make it second down and 5 here for the Governors.
Yep, Trey Lewis listed in your program as a fullback, 6 foot 185. He's the most explosive fullback that I think I've ever seen play high school football, John.
12th play of the drive. Kaiser rolls out, throws. Cooper Twilliger makes the catch near the first down marker. He's not going to get there quite yet as he took a big hit. And Twilliger will get to around the 31-yard line. A gain of about 2, and it's third down and a short 3 here for the Governors.
Yeah, that's another key to the ball game this week, John. Get your freshman tight end and Cooper Terwilliger involved early and often. Get those double tights working for the Govs.
Pistol formation. Lewis will get the handoff. He'll get to that first down marker. He's throwing back at the 25-yard line. He lost the football, and we'll see. I believe they're going to say maybe he was down.
Boy, that's a tough ruling if you're a Huron Tiger player or fan, because it looked like Lewis landed on top of a Huron defender before the ball came out.
About a gain of 6 for Lewis, and the Huron coaching staff was hot, but the clock will continue to run now at 3:10 to go, and the Governors have a long drive moving right now after the Huron Tigers stalled out inside the red zone, inside the 10-yard line. They stalled down, a turnover on downs. 1st and 10 for the Governors at the 26. As Kaiser was waiting to pitch, he never found a way to get a pitch off. The Huron Tigers had that well scouted from the start, and it's going to be a loss of 2, maybe a loss of 1 for Cade Kaiser.
Yeah, just a nice play there by Colton Haig. There were, like you said, probably 2 or 3 Huron defenders there ready for that option play, and Kaiser had nowhere to go with the football, and you're right, John, ends up losing 1 yard on the play.
15th play of the drive upcoming here for the Governors, and still 2:20 to go in the first quarter. Kaiser's 5 for 5 on this drive for 35 yards passing. Also run the ball 9 different times here. 15th play of the drive. Governors 2nd and 11 from the 27. Design run here for Kaiser. Straight up the middle. Doesn't get touched all the way inside the 15 to the 10 before he was wrapped up. And I believe the forward progress maybe got stopped, or they were quick to almost blow the whistle there. But Kaiser will pick up a first down, and the Governors are inside the red zone now as they're trying to get into the first score. They get to around the 13-yard line, a gain of 14 for Kaiser.
Yeah, the Governor offensive staff must have seen something there, that Huron's ready to play the edges, and that leaves the middle of the field wide open for Cade Kaiser to run through for a gain of, like you said, about 13 yards and pick up another first down.
With 1:40 left to go here in the first quarter. 1st and 10 for the 13. Play action, throw for Zabel. That's going to be incomplete. And the first time, other than the fact that we've had penalties and a guy going out of bounds, first time we're going to see the clock stopped on this drive with 1:39 to go. First incompletion, 5 of 6 for 35 yards right now is Cade Kaiser.
Yeah, I was looking for Zabel out in the flat, was Kaiser, and just missed him on a little bit of a swing pass behind the line of scrimmage, but he did throw it forward, so the pass does fall harmlessly to the turf, incomplete.
2nd and 10, empty backfield here for Kaiser. 2 receivers near side. Another designed run here for Kaiser. Goes left side of the line. He skips through one man, but he's tripped up inside the 5-yard line to around the 3. It should be enough for another first down, and it will be first and a goal here from the 3. Are they going to measure this? With 1:33,
like they're just going to spot him short.
I was going to say they stopped play, or they stopped the clock, and now they're going to say it's a first down. So it is a gain of 10 there for Cade Kaiser, and it's 1st and goal from the 3. And the Governors are trying to punch this in with 90 seconds to go here in the first quarter. A long drive. Kaiser with the handoff for Mosier. He's going to skip in untouched for a touchdown, and the Governors take a near 20-play drive and put up 6 points with 1:21 to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Huron line looked like they penetrated that pretty well, John, but Brock Mosier to steal a line from Pierre native Tyler Merriam quicker than a hiccup, got through the line of scrimmage there, and past that first line of defense there for the Huron Tigers, and after he got past that first line of about 4 or 5 guys kind of penetrated there was nobody in the backfield to try to tackle him, or nobody in the secondary to try and tackle him, and he's able to get into the end zone untouched for a Governor touchdown that puts them up 7-0 after the kick from Vandenbos with 1:21 to go here in the first quarter.
Asher Vandenbos, his first kick of the season is good. 7-0 lead, 1:21 to go in the first quarter. Back in 30 seconds here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Enrich your life with opportunities at Capital City Campus. DWU's Learn and Earn program. Earn money while getting your associate's degree. Licensed practical nurse. Start your nursing career in Pierre. This program has a 97% placement rate. Need to brush up on skills? Capital City Campus has a variety of online courses to choose from. From grants and low-cost loans available, we'll work with you to help make college more affordable. Call Capital City Campus today, 605-773-2160, or stay connected and check us out on Facebook.
An 18-play, 94-yard drive, and the Pierre Governors punch it in from 3 yards out by Brock Mosier, and the Governors take a 7-0 lead here with just 1:21 to go in the first quarter. 18-play drive, Blake. That is something that we're not used to for the Pierre Governors. They are usually pretty quick scoring offense, but here in this first quarter, they took their time going down the field as Zabel will kick this one away. As this will be to the far side of the field. It's going to take a couple of hops, and it's going to roll out of bounds right before the Governors could get over to it. But what a long and solid drive the Governors put on their first offensive sequence.
Yeah, they did. And, credit to the Huron Tigers for trying to go for the early touchdown and put themselves in a position to be up by 7 early in this ball game. But like you said, Govs took over at about the 6-yard line. They go 94 yards to pick up that touchdown with 1:21 to go. But because of the kick out of bounds by Zabel on the ensuing kickoff, Tigers get good field position to start this second drive at the 35-yard line.
So it will be McNeil that will take the snap with Caudell in the backfield. He'll get a handoff, trying to bounce his way forward and push his way forward. Emmett Anderson was able to hold on to him. And Caudell will get a gain of about 3 to the 38. He's already got 25 yards on 6 carries. Now, we're not expecting to get 267 yards by one guy and near 45 touches. But Caudell can run the ball, and he can run it effectively, too. He's so far on the season has picked up 599 yards, over 600 yards now, and averaging about 100 yards per game on the ground. McNeil, handoff for Caudell again, and he'll be wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. Not much of a gain of all, and it'll be a 3rd down and 7 here for the Huron Tigers, and they may not have to even run a play before the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, Caudell just ran right into the waiting arms of Emmett Anderson, who basically beat his offensive lineman off the ball and met Caudell, right at the line of scrimmage or for a gain of about 1 and stop forward progress. 3rd and long here for the Tigers. And like you said, John, they may not have to run a play. Maybe they're going to try and draw the Govs off sides and pick up some penalty yards.
They'll have the final play this first quarter. McNeil dropping back. He'll throw it up for grabs, and a nice play by Carson Stosher to disrupt the pass. It falls incomplete, and that will take us to the end of the first quarter. Pierre Governors lead at 7-0 over the Huron Tigers at the end of 1. We'll step aside for a minute, come back with the second quarter. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Look, it's no secret that owning a vehicle can cause a lot of stress, and they get a lot of wear and tear on them through the extreme seasons we've grown to love. Graham Tire wants you to know that you can trust them with any problem that you have with your vehicle. Their ASE certified mechanics can make your AC cool again, or even just change your oil. They can look into and fix those noises that seem to come from nowhere and have you stressed out. Bring your car to Graham Tire so they can put your mind at ease. Graham Tire, your tire store next door.
Dr. Nick and Chelsea Redeman at Floss Dentistry in Pierre is family owned and operated. They have modern practice with skill and caring staff. They have same-day availability. Floss Dentistry is located at 603 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre with hours Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. Give them a call at 605-224-2161 and don't put off that scheduled cleaning any longer. Floss Dentistry, 603 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Or give Dr. Nick and Chelsea Renneman a call at 605-224-2161.
As we welcome you back here, it is going to be the start of the second quarter. Pierre Governors will get the ball here in just a moment with the Huron Tigers going back deep to punt it away. John Winkler alongside Blake Dean with Jackson Youngworth back at the station. 7-0 lead of American Family Insurance. Brittany Schoffelbein scoreboard. As the punt, the punter himself was not too far back, and Colby Hofer, it didn't call for a fair catch, was Lewis, and he'll get up to around the 42-yard line. He caught it by the 38s and moved forward to the 42, and a 3-and-out after a drive that stalled out at the inside the 10-yard line. And then it was a punt, a 3-and-out. The Governor defense with that big play by Carson Stosher, big reason why the Governors get the ball back quickly.
Yeah, going back to that pass played in the first quarter, John, good idea by the Huron offense to try and strike for a big play. McNeil was looking for a receiver down the far side, but like you said, Carson Stosher with a big pass breakup to end that drive.
Here's a quick flip for Brock Mosher, completed pass for Pierre, and Mosher will get to around the 46-yard line, a gain of about 3 on that first down catch by Brock Mosher. He's already got 4 catches for 24 yards. And Kaiser now 6 of 7 for 38 yards here in this first half. Only the second drive of the game for the Governors. They took an 18-play drive, their first and only drive of that first quarter, to score to make it 7-0 as there's 11:20 left to go here in the first half. Pistol formation here for Kaiser. Receiver on each side, second down and 7 from the 46-yard line. Kaiser with an option play, he'll toss it for Lewis. He'll try to stiff arm a man, but a good open field tackle by the Tigers as he gets out to the 49-yard line. That tackle made by C.J. Gainey, and it's going to be third down and about 4 here for the Governors.
Yeah, good play there by Gainey. Gainey's a good athlete, coming up from his free safety position and meeting Trey Lewis after a gain of about 3 or 4, like you said, but now that brings up third down and 4 from the Governor 49-yard line right at midfield.
And trying to cross midfield, but more importantly, trying to get to the sticks here. A handoff for Lewis. He's wrapped up, but he's able to spin off the tackler, and then he's trying to drive those legs forward. He got himself to around the one to the make it 4th and 1. He picked up 3 hard-earned yards to make it 4th and 1 as they're in Huron territory. And here comes the big unit. Maybe a little bit of a tush push coming here on 4th and 1. Not going to be a full tush push, but you kind of get the the personnel like a tush push.
Yeah, because it looks like big number 99 Austin Langdau's right there, right behind the center, and Jet Zabel looked like the one who was going to possibly take this snap here. And now the Governor offense is coming off of the field because they're going to measure this ball to make sure that it is 4th down rather than a new set of downs for the Govs.
I by the naked eye and where we're at right now, I think they're short.
I agree.
But we'll see just how short they are, and then they'll probably move the chains with them to make sure that they – he's going to be short by a little bit more than an index card, but it's going to be 4th down. Well, it was – just 3rd down. Yeah, then the referee had signaled that it was Huron football, but it's going to be 4th down. Now, if Huron does stop them, it will be Huron football, but it will be 4th down and short, and they'll grab the chain and grab the football and make sure they mark it on the hash on the near side. The Governor coaching staff said, wait a second here. We don't want to – we're not giving – this isn't Canadian football. There's 4 downs, not 3 downs to pick up a first.
Yeah, that would be the old lose track of how many downs there are.
Missouri Tigers know all about that one.
Missouri Tigers and, technically Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady.
That also true, too. Yeah.
Do you remember that game, going back to that index card comment that you made? Wasn't it Dallas? That lost by a?
No, Dallas got the first down by the index card.
By the index card, that's right. I knew Dallas was involved, but I didn't remember who.
They were playing the Raiders and Gene Steratore.
Yes.
Who might be the biggest referee that's meant for the camera. It was perfect for him to be the referee on something like that. Here's 4th and 1. Zabel gets hit the line, and he's not going to get there. The Governors are not going to be able to pick up that yard. It's going to be a loss of a half a yard on Zabel's run, and Huron will take over on downs.
Wow, big gamble there by the Govs. You think you can get, 1 yard, and the Huron Tigers come through and make a huge play on 4th down to get the ball back, and they've got the ball in good field position, and they can, march down and tie this football game up. If they're able to march down 52.5 yards with 10:02 to go here in the second quarter.
Starting around the 47-yard line in their own territory with 10:02 to go in the first half. 7-0 lead for Pierre on the American Family Insurance. Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. 2 receivers out far side as McNeil will drop back to pass. So throw short check down for Caudell, and Caudell will try and barrel his way forward as he's going to be out of bounds at around the 44-yard line in Pierre Governor territory. A gain of 9, and it's 2nd down and 1 here for Huron.
Yeah, that's going to be open most of the night. Just a little swing pass out to Caudell, and Caudell's a good athlete too. He's making a lot of guys miss and picked up a lot of positive chunk yardage, but actually, he was pushed out at about like you said, about 45 is where they're going to spot him, so it's 2nd and 3 here for the Tigers.
As it will be a handoff for Caudell, and Caudell will get to that 1st down marker. He might be just short of it. It's either be 3rd and inches or 1st and 10 here. They're going to spot him at the 43, and it's a 1st down, a gain of that long 2 that they needed, and a 1st and 10 here as Caudell has got to 27 yards on 8 carries.
And it looked like to us, maybe from our angle too, that Caudell picked that up pretty handily. Maybe spotted a little bit short there by the refs, but regardless, doesn't matter. He picked up the 1st down.
2 receivers far side again, shotgun formation here for McNeil. He's going to roll to his right as he's flush in the pocket, throws it up for grabs and overthrows Caudell, underthrows another receiver in Spencer Easlin, who had maybe slipped a little bit. He was probably the guy that had the best shot at the beginning of that pass, and McNeil's lucky that's not intercepted.
Yeah, absolutely. That was dangerous pass there by Colton McNeil, and almost unbelievably, Cashton Caudell almost made a Willie Mays catch on that football too, and if he would have made that catch, he would have been really, really in danger of potentially tying this football game up, knowing the kind of athlete that he is in open space.
He would have made the Willie Mays catch, and he would have cut it like Mays and ran it like Hayes.
Like Hayes, absolutely.
This will be a play action. McNeil, he's rolling back to his right, still rolling, looking to throw. This time he's going to throw it out of bounds, but safe for a throw, and it's going to be 3rd down and 10 now here for the Huron Tigers. I hate that I stumbled through the I think it was more hit like Mays and run like Hayes.
Yep.
But you still get the point.
Yep.
If you don't know, go watch Major League.
I was going to say, that's a Major League reference, movie released in 1989 about the Cleveland baseball team.
Cleveland baseball team. I like how you like the Washington football team.
Correct.
It is 3rd and 10 from the 43-yard line in the Pierre Governor territory. 9:26 to go. Governors lead at 7-0 in the American Family Insurance. Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. It'll be a handoff for Caudell. Maybe they're thinking it's 4-down territory where they're at in the field as he's able to pick up 3 yards to the 40, and it's going to be 4th down and 7. And you got to think with the run by Caudell that they were trying to get as much yard as they can and then still going to go. Well, now they're going to bring the punting unit out. So I thought maybe that run was to set up a shorter 4th down, obviously be ready for a fake.
Yeah, I think if you pick up maybe 2 or 3 more yards, you look at going for it if you're Huron, but it's only a 7-point lead as of right now, and I think they right now feel probably safe punting the ball away and making the Govs go 90-plus yards again if they can spot this punt inside the 20.
Hofer with the punt, a spiraling punt. That goes off of Carson Stosher, and Huron will pick it up. If it went off of Stosher, it's going to be recovered by the Tigers, and they're going to have the ball. They are running it in the end zone, but it's going to be, I believe, picked up right then and there. And so it's got to be Huron football. I don't believe it's just Huron football right there. And it'll be at the 14-yard line. They're going to talk about this to figure out who it is. But I believe it was on the back heel of Stosher, which gives Huron the ball back at the 14-yard line.
Yeah, regardless, I think Huron's got the football. But I don't know if that's it is down once they do recover it. So it is 1st and 10 for the Tigers at the Governor 14-yard line. Mistake by the Governor special teams unit, and it gives the Tigers an opportunity to tie this ball game up. Here they only have to go 14 yards with 8:33 left in the first half.
So I technically, I guess they never gave the possession up, so the drive continues. I don't know if that's
on a technicality.
Technicality stat that I'm not sure exactly how to stat that one. But Caudell will drop the football on 1st and 10. He's wrapped up by Titan Winkler. A big loss on that first down mishandle from the snap by Caudell, as he's going to go for the 14 all the way back to, they're going to spot him at the 22, a loss of 8.
Yeah, that's a huge loss there by the Tigers. You have all the momentum in your sails, needing only 14 yards to go, and then you bobble the snap, and Titan Winkler comes flying off the edge and making a big play, taking a little bit of wind out of the sails of the Tigers right now, making it 2nd down and 18.
McNeil, he'll throw it, but there is a flag maybe. It's a false start, looks like, for the near sideline is going to be called against the Huron Tigers.
False start.
So a loss of 5, and that's going to keep backing them up, and we're starting to feel a little bit of shades of the Brookings Bobcats from last year when the Governors where it was a 1st and goal, and even Yankton too here a couple of years ago, 1st and goal, and then punt the ball away on 4th and goal.
Yeah, that was something I never thought I'd see again, but maybe we'll get to see it again after it was first and 10 from the 14.
2nd and 23. That pass is tipped as it was thrown by McNeil. He was hit by Evan Anderson, and then there was about 4 different Governors all in coverage, and it was tipped and incomplete, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 23. Gavin Moding was the intended receiver.
Yeah, that's just a tough throw. Like you said, pressure was kind of bearing down in McNeil's face, and he was looking for Moding, who quite honestly looked to be triple covered. Dangerous pass there by McNeil, but the ball does fall to the grass, incomplete, setting up 3rd down and 23 here.
7:30 left to go in the half. A handoff for Caudell on 3rd down and 23, and Caudell is able to slip through one man, but he's going to end up wrapped up, tackled, and it's going to be 4th down around the 18-yard line, a gain of about 9, and it's going to be 4th down and 14 or so here for the Huron Tigers. And what do you do from inside the 20-yard line? Well, they're going to actually spot him at the 17-yard line, but maybe they're going to try a long field goal here for Kleinsasser.
Yeah, we'll see what they do here. They are going to set up for a field goal here, and we'll see if the junior place kicker and Nick Kleinsasser is able to put this one through, make it a 7-3 ball game.
The kick is going to be, I believe, partially blocked. It's going to be no good. I think Titan Winkler might have got a hand on it, as it was about a 39-yard field goal or so for Kleinsasser, and it's going to be no good, and the Governors will take over inside their own 20-yard line.
Yeah,
6:41 to go.
After the ball hit Stosher and was given back to the Tigers at their own 14, that defensive stand became the Titan Winkler defensive stand, because not only does he make the play to push the Tigers back 8 yards, but then he comes up with a partial block on the kick and keeps the Tigers from scoring on that drive.
Kaiser with an empty backfield all kinds of times. Still rolling to his right. Now he'll step up in the pocket as it was starting to collapse. He's trying to stiff arm a man. He was being held by his arm, and then Kaiser has ended up forced out of bounds. But there is a flag on the far side of the field, and we'll see what that flag might be with 6:29 to go here in the first half, and still just a 7-0 lead in the American Family Insurance Brittany Schoffelbein scoreboard.
Any flag thrown near the line of scrimmage is typically indicative of a hold on the offense, regardless of where it ends up. And we'll see if that ends up being the case here.
So we'll see here. Referee make the call. They are backing the Governors up already.
Holding. Offense number 62. And their penalty to play 1st down.
It is called against Ty Michael. And the Govs will back up to their 10-yard line. Bring up about, we'll be closer to 1st and 20 anyway from the 10-yard line as the Governors, with 6:29 to go, empty backfield here for Kaiser. He'll have to step up in the pocket as that collapsed quickly. As Kaiser is able to get across a couple of different defenders, and he's going to be out of bounds, stays inbounds, but not a big gain for Kaiser on that first down run. A little bit to start to bring him back up, and now they are going to stop the game for an injury. And who was the injured player?
I don't know. I don't see anybody on the ground right now. So not sure who the injury was on or who they called for
I think
an
it's
injury.
Kaiser.
It looks like
Kaiser got up pretty quickly, but he's going to come out of the ball game here.
Interesting. What a turn of events here for, if they ruled that he's injured, he does have to probably come out for a play. So, we'll see. Looks like E.J. Bucci come out and be the emergency quarterback here for this one play for the Govs, and I'm guessing it'll be a run of some sort here on second down.
Yeah, Zabel will probably end up being the quarterback with Bucci into the ball game, and with 6:03 to go, they'll wind the clock with now under 6 minutes left. It's 2nd and 17, but Kaiser was down very shortly to get that injury timeout called for him, as Zabel will run the football to the far side of the field, and Zabel gets to stay in bounds. It's going to be 3rd down and long here for the Governors. Another run there for Zabel, who lost a yard on his only carry, and now he'll pick up about 3 yards and make it 3rd down and about 15 here for the Governors. Make that 3rd and 14 from the 16-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like it'll probably be a pass play here from Kaiser. They do have, as far as personnel-wise, they've got Mosier out there. He's going to be split out wide. 3 receivers to Kaiser's right, with Zabel left and Cooper Terwilliger lined up on the line as the tight end.
As Kaiser will drop back to pass, he'll float it downfield looking for his man. The catch is going to be made. Zabel breaks free. He's at the 30, to the 20, to the 10. He is gone. And a touchdown as he limps into the end zone. Hopefully he is okay, but a long pass and completion from Kaiser to Zabel, and a touchdown for the Governors to go up 13-0.
Jet Zabel running on 1.5 wheels is faster than just about everybody else on the field here tonight, John, and he scooted past the Huron defender, beat him off the line, and made Cade hit him right in stride, and was able to break one tackle. Was all that Zabel needed to do, and he is free to continue to run for a big Governor touchdown of over 80 yards on that pass play.
An 83-yard run for
pass
from Kate Kaiser, and a long run for Jed Zabel. And the extra point from Asher Vandenbos is good. And it's a 14-0 lead for the Pierre Governors here with 4:57 to go in the first half. Back in 30 seconds, you're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. Now is the time to order your new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles, plus a good selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and auto body shop with trained technicians, along with a friendly financing team that'll work with you to find the best deal and one that'll fit your budget. Wagner Auto is your local full-service family-owned dealership for over 115 years. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
Well, after an 18-play drive for the Pierre Governors to score, this one was just a 3-play drive, a total of 80 yards, even though it was an 83-yard throw and catch from Kate Kaiser to Jed Zabel, as it was 3rd down and 13 for the Governors. And that big 3rd down play results in a touchdown. The Governors lead at 14-0 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. And now Zabel will go back to kick this one away. Zabel a little bit slow moving. We saw George Stalley kick off last week. Obviously, he went to the hospital during that game last week. All it was just a concussion, precautionary reason to send him to the hospital. And Coach Steele said it too. That it's not a good scenario to ever have a concussion, but of all the things that could possibly have been wrong, concussion was probably the best thing for George Stalley. as the return will get all the way out to around the 30, 40-yard line. A flag came flying in all the way back around the 25-yard line. I believe I saw a flag come. It's sitting at the 30. But the reason why I brought all that up, too, right now is that with Zabel's leg kind of bothering him a little bit, there is, Vandenbos, and then that's probably about it for the Governors.
Yeah, with them being down Barry and Sargent, like you said.
Return team, 32, in their penalty.
Like I said, a block in the back by number 82, but there is no 82, maybe not even a 72. 62 would be Dominic Proyoya. So either way, the block in the back will push them all the way to the 20-yard line, so they'll have to go 80 yards here.
Yeah, that negates a pretty solid return there by Thackeray Hansen, the junior kick returner.
Here's a handoff for Caudell as he is going to be thrown down by, I believe Titan Winkler was the one to make the tackle. And it'll bring up second down. Yep, Winkler on the tackle, and it's second and about 7, a gain of about 3 for Caudell.
Titan Winkler, we saw splashes of him last year, but now he is kind of filling, both he and Chance Sarda are kind of filling the role of, the roles of Gavin Stotts and Chase Sarda from last year's defense, flying around the field, making plays. Winkler's probably more of the in the Chase Sarda role.
As this will be Caudell that will keep the ball. Another flag comes in as Caudell, who took the snap, he got tackled again by Winkler. And we'll see what the flag is, if that will drop back here on farther. So we'll see if they're going to decline the penalty or not.
Holding. Offense. That was declined.
Well, they declined the penalty, so now they got to go back to where it was at. And they got to figure out exactly where that tackle was at. They're going to spot him at the 21-yard line, so it ended up being a loss of 2 to bring up third down and 9.
Yep, another third down and long from Huron. Let's see if they go to the air here with McNeil, possibly looking for the trio of receivers, Gainey, Moding, or Leyendecker.
3:55 to go here in the second quarter. 14-0 lead for the Pierre Governors. McNeil, option play. He'll keep it. Far side. He is wrapped up, thrown down at the 25-yard line. And the Governors, as Chance Sarda made the tackle, it'll bring up fourth down, and it will bring out the punting unit for the Huron Tigers again. They've had just really one big play, 2 big plays. If you look at the one that got them in the red zone, first and goal, and then the mishap for the punting unit for the Governors, that's the only 2 plays really offensively that the Huron Tigers probably like about what they've had so far this half.
Yeah, other than those 2 plays, just tough sledding so far for the Tigers against this Governor defense, and the Govs force another punt.
Hofer with the punt. It is a high punt up in the air and a fair catch call for by Lewis, as he will catch it at the 47-yard line, and the Governors will take over in their own territory, and they can take a 3-touchdown lead here with 3:05 to go, and the Govs also get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, we'll see if the Govs can make this a 14-point swing before Huron even gets a chance to possess the football again, and we'll see if the Govs run a little 4-minute offense with 3:05 to go, like you said.
Kate Kaiser, shotgun formation with Mosier in the backfield, and Mosier will get the carry on first down. He goes straight up the middle, runs into a man, keeps his legs moving, and he'll pick up 11 yards out to around the 42-yard line, 41-yard line. And Mosier's got himself now, he's only got 20 yards on 4 carries, but he does have that 3-yard touchdown run in that first drive of the ball game for the Governors.
Yeah, Brock Mosier's just a tough running back, Johnny. He absorbs contact. He'll run through contact, and like you said, only 20 yards, but it's a tough 20.
He'll go right side inside the tackle, and it'll be a gain of about 6 for Mosier out to the 35-yard line, and it'll be second down and 4 here for the Governors.
And actually, number 30, Jonathan Peterson, the linebacker, the 5'11", 175-pound junior linebacker, came away with that football after the play, but it was after Mosier's forward progress had been stopped and the officials had blown the whistles.
The shotgun formation here, receiver on that far side. Kaiser, he'll step up in the pocket. Now he's going to roll to his right, and he'll be out of bounds just past the 35-yard line to around the 33. I think they're going to spot him, so a gain of 2, and it's going to be 3rd down and short here for the Governors. On a long 2, short 3, long 2 here for the Govs.
Yeah, good job by that Huron defensive backfield. Play action pass, not biting on the play action. Kaiser didn't see what he liked. He had a couple receivers running on patterns in Buss and Terwilliger. Both were covered up, so he decided to just tuck it and run after the pressure was getting into his face. Picked up 2, 3rd and short for the Govs.
With the pistol formation, Kaiser design run. He's got a 1st down. He's out to around the 25-yard line before he's dropped at around the 24, 23. And then a flag will come in at the very end of this play, and it might be on the Huron Tigers. Right now it's a gain of about 11 for Kaiser.
And right now, number 22, Colby Hofer, the junior linebacker, is pleading his case to the officials. That could potentially mean that the penalty is on him. We'll have to wait and hear from our head official to see who the penalty is on, but it does appear that it's unsportsmanlike contact or unnecessary roughness against the Tigers.
Red ball, sportsmanlike conduct, defense, half distance to the goal, 1st down.
So they will add half the distance to the goal, as Blake was right, unsportsmanlike conduct against the Huron Tigers. And the Governors, who had started that play at around the 33-yard line, will now have it at the 12, 11-yard line, as Kaiser had picked up those 11 yards. And now it's going to be 1st and 10 from around the 11. So still another chance for the Governors to pick up a 1st down with 1:50 left to go here in the second quarter. Kaiser going all the way to the far side of the field, looking for a back shoulder fade to Ty and Buss, and he overthrew him. That was coming for the near hash all the way to the far side of the field. That was a long throw for about 11-yard completion if it was going to be caught.
Yeah, that was just a one-on-one matchup that I think Kaiser liked his chances with Buss against Logan Leyendecker, the junior defensive back, who's out on an island right now playing one-on-one against Ty and Buss, and they've got him out there again without any safety help. We'll see if the Govs go to it.
Trey Lewis will get the handoff this time. He's inside the 10, rolls around a tackle. He finds his way to the end zone. He is in for a touchdown, and the Governors will take a 3-touchdown lead with 1:42 to go here in the half. 20-0. The Governors lead on the American Family Insurance Brady Shuffle by scoreboard.
Or you can just hand the ball off to the most explosive fullback in the state, and he'll put it in the painted end zone here at Hollister Field and put the Govs up 20-0 pending the Vanden Bosch kick that'll make it potentially 21-0.
So Vanden Bosch on for the extra point. That kick is up. It's going to be good, and it's a 21-0 lead for the Governors here with 1:42 to go in the first half. Back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
The lawyers at the May Adam Law Firm in Pierre know how important your families are to you. If you've been putting off getting your affairs in order, know that the May Adam Law Firm is available to counsel you through your questions and help you get the documents in place so that you've made your loved ones secure. Call them at 224-8803 and they can chat with you about how to document your concerns and care for your family. We're all in this together, and the May Adam Law Firm is ready and able to help.
So Trey Lewis carries it in from 11 yards out after it was a 6-play, 53-yard drive for the Pierre Governors. And that 6 plays, and Trey Lewis punches it in. The Governors have a 21-0 lead with 1:42 left to go here in the first half. With Jackson Youngworth back at the station, Blake Dean to my left, John Winkler here on this on a nice, crisp Friday night. Football Friday nights. It feels like football weather outside, and thankfully we're in the press box. It's a little bit chilly for us, as this will go back to around the 10-yard line, picked up by the Huron Tigers. There's a flag that will come in, and Huron's going to go nowhere with it, all the way to the 21. And again, the flag is going to be against the Huron Tigers, and the Tigers have been shooting themselves in the foot here down the stretch of this first half, picking up a lot of penalties.
But the Govs kind of did the same thing earlier in the first half too, John. So it's been kind of a tale of, you could say 2 quarters, but the Govs had a few penalties early in the second quarter. So maybe a tale of about a quarter and a half versus a half of play, just kind of penalties really, really hurting one team versus another.
Holding. Return team. Bring penalty.
No number given on the holding penalty, but the Huron Tigers are backed all the way up to their own 10-yard line with 1:36 left to go here in the first half. 21-0 lead. Huron needs to score right here. The Govs getting the ball to start the second half. The Tigers can't have another empty possession, but they've only got 96 seconds to work with. As McNeil will drop back to pass. He's going to roll to his right. He almost slips in the end zone. Now he'll throw it up the middle, and it's going to fall incomplete. It skipped up and in to Spencer Schonsberg, and no interception, just an incomplete pass. And Huron's lucky it's not 23-0 right now.
Yeah, McNeil was really scrambling around the back of the end zone and just looking for something downfield, and sticky Spencer Schonsberg was, right on the heels of the receiver and almost undercut the route after the ball was thrown, and potentially picked it off, like you said, after McNeil was very much in danger of picking up a safety.
A handoff will go to Codwell this time, and again, tough sledding for the running back, who is actually, I don't believe that was Codwell that got the handoff.
I think that was Thackeray.
Yeah, so Thackeray
Hansen,
yes. Hansen gets the handoff, and that'll be no gain, and it's 3rd down and 10 with 1:23 to go. The Governors took the timeout because they're smelling a little blood in the water right now. You get a stop here on 3rd down, get it to still have a timeout, about a minute left to go in the half. You go up 28-0, you get the ball to start the second half. You can make this a 35-point game before Huron touches the ball again.
Yeah, you absolutely can, or at the very least, maybe get it down close enough where Asher Vandenbos has an opportunity to potentially kick a field goal if you're close enough. Now, we'll see what becomes of this 3rd down, and we've said that before, and I think we were in Huron last year when we got an opportunity to watch Lincoln Keenholz break the all-time state passing record, where we thought that the Govs kind of had this same situation, and Huron picked up a chunk play that extended their drive, and the Govs ended up turning the ball over deep in Huron territory. I think it was potentially an interception. I don't really remember, but then the very next play, Keenholz, I think, hit Cade Kaiser for a really long touchdown, and that kind of swung the momentum of that game. So let's not get ahead of ourselves, because we've seen this one before if Huron's able to pick up a big chunk play in 1st down.
So 3rd down and 10, McNeil will drop back to pass. He'll throw it down the field looking for that chunk play. It's up in the air. The catch is going to be made, and a 1st down for the Huron Tigers. There is a flag, probably going to be defensive pass interference, as C.J. Gainey makes the catch. He's out to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, it's probably going to be defensive pass interference. I would be shocked if it's anything else, but good concentration there by C.J. Gainey off the throw from Colton McNeil. And like I said, we've seen this before, when on a 3rd down, when Huron needs a big chunk play, that they go to the air and are able to pick it up, and that's exactly what happened there with McNeil to Gainey connection, and more than likely what will be defensive pass interference.
Yeah, we're still waiting on the call of the penalty, but nobody's moving right now around the ball, so it should be on the Governors.
On the play, open the defense, open the passer. Defense goes decline. Pass interference. Defense goes also decline.
So they have roughing the passer and a defensive pass interference, but it all goes for a 33-yard gain. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for Huron. They were going to have a 1st down regardless if they didn't catch that ball with either the pass interference or the roughing the passer. So it's 1st and 10 now from the Huron 43 with 1:17 left to go here in the first half. And now all of a sudden Huron a little bit of momentum trying to find their way down the field with only 77 seconds to go.
Yeah, and an opportunity for the Tigers to continue to pick up chunk plays, and they'll look to do so with Gainey out of the shotgun.
Clock was rolling before the snap. Now it's going to be a throw away from McNeil, and it's going to be 2nd down and 10. So McNeil is only 3 of 10 for 87 yards. His three pass attempts are going to be completions, 46, 33, and 8. So 2 of those 3 catches, if they can complete the pass, it's going to go for quite a bit for the Huron Tiger quarterback.
I think that might be a part of the game plan too, John, is, Govs are going to give up kind of the deep stuff. They're trying to be aggressive and go for the football.
As McNeil will roll to his left, he will throw, and that will fall incomplete. McNeil took a hit as he threw it away, but it was Titan Winkler that got to him and just bumped him and made sure he didn't finish with the tackle, and McNeil hit the turf.
Titan Winkler is such an explosive athlete, and he gets to the quarterback faster than just about anybody else on this football field right now, and he made his presence known right there. As McNeil released the football, Winkler, didn't even really try to tackle him, just kind of ran into him and put him on the ground. So 3rd and 10 here for the Tigers after they tried to take 2 shots down the field with consecutive passes, and it'll probably be a 3rd one right here, except the Tigers and head coach Drew Strand will get a timeout called here before that play was snapped, or before that ball was snapped.
Yeah, so now all of a sudden you say, well, the Tigers picked up a first down. They're out to the 43-yard line. They're feeling pretty good about it. It kind of feels like the Governors aren't going to get the ball the rest of this half now. And now you're one play away from having them put the ball away and still with a minute left to go, and maybe still have 2 timeouts if you don't have to stop the clock and still have about 50 seconds left. All of a sudden the Governors are kind of back in the same spot again. Now they would love to go 33 yards back again. However, the Pierre is still in the spot to maybe possess the ball one more time.
Yeah, but again, don't want to get ahead of ourselves here.
We saw this 3rd down once before already in this drive.
Once before in the drive. We've seen it twice now in the last 2 years. Huron just kind of has a knack for picking up chunk plays when they need them, and so we'll see if the Governor defense holds here on 3rd down. I would bet that it's either going to be a shot down the field, or it looks like the Tiger coaching staff was around the offense. So if I'm the Governor defensive coaching staff here, I'm telling the players to potentially be aware of a fake or a trick play of some sort here as well.
So 3rd and 10 from the 43-yard line, 1 minute to go. McNeil looking to pass. He's got to step up in the pocket. He'll throw, and it's going to be behind the receiver. It drops incomplete, looking for Gainey, and it's going to be 4th down. However, there is another flag. If it is on the Tigers, that will be a decline and be 4th down. If it's on the Governors, that will give Huron another set of first downs.
And it looked like it came after the play. I'm guessing it's going to be roughing the passer, and it absolutely is, just based on the hand gestures of the official.
So going to be roughing the passer call against the Governors, and another first down for the Tigers. So the 15-yard penalty will give the Tigers the ball now 1st and 10 from the Governor 43-yard line. So they go from the Huron 43 to the Governor 43. And with 55 seconds to go, Huron is now threatening again. Another 3rd down that the Governors nearly were able to get out of that possession. But Huron still has the ball. 1st and 10, shotgun formation. It's going to be a toss here, a pitch for Caudell, and Caudell, who's able to get some positive yards to the 40-yard line. Lucas Chamberlain, Trey Lewis, along with the Governors, maybe Grayson Schetzel. Yes, he was there as well. And now Huron will take his 2nd timeout, I believe, as it will be a gain of 3.
Yeah, Grayson Schetzel was the first one out on that outside play, the senior linebacker, to read the option. And, being kind of out on an island on an option play, he did that, defended that play about as well as you can, and ended up stopping the Tigers for a gain of about 2 or 3, making it 2nd and 7 from the 40-yard line for Huron, with 44 seconds here to go in the first half. And again, like you said, John, Huron does take another timeout here.
You are listening to KCCR Pierre Riverfront Broadcasting Station, just past 8 o'clock here on a Friday night. Jackson Youngworth back at the station. Blake Dean alongside here with yours truly, John Winkler, as the Govs lead at 21-0 at the end of, closing in on the end of the 2nd quarter, but still 44 seconds to go. 2nd and 7 with the 1 timeout remaining for the Huron Tigers. Governors still have 2 timeouts, as McNeil will be back in the shotgun with the running back and Hansen in the backfield now for Huron. It's a play fake. It's going to be McNeil still with it, but he is wrapped up, dropped a loss of 1. And who else but Lucas Chamberlain back there to get the tackle for a loss, and it's 3rd down now for the Huron Tigers with 29 seconds to go, and the Tigers are going to look to go quickly. They get right back on the line, 3rd down and 8. Looking for a pass to the far side. The catch is made. Here, the Governors will be able to stop them before they get to the first down marker, as Gainey makes the catch out to the 36-yard line. Gain of 5, and it's going to be 4th down, and Huron's going right back at it again. They're not waiting. They're going to try and pick it up on 4th down here. McNeil goes back to pass. He's looking for the end zone as he's going to throw it down the field. Up for grabs. The ball is going to be intercepted as time expires, as Spencer Schosberg will get another interception. The Governors will hold serve, and they keep a 21-0 lead as Schosberg comes away with the interception near the goal line. And that brings us to the end of the first half. Huron went with 3 plays in a matter of 20 seconds right there, but did not score. And Pierre leads at 21-0 at the break. We'll step aside, 3-minute break. We'll come back with halftime stats, scores from across the state. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR, watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Sanford Health Peer Clinic provides comprehensive and convenient care to Pierre, South Dakota, and its surrounding communities. We care for all your health needs, including preventive care, pediatric health, annual checkups, chronic disease care, and more. Schedule an appointment today at 605-224-0369. Ask about our heart health specialists. Visit this clinic on the 3rd Wednesday every month. Sanford Health Clinic, Pierre, 605-224-0369.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zanders has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zanders, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that yard haven that you've been dreaming of. Visit dakotasprinkler.com to make appointments for sprinkler system spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. Trust Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping's professionals to get you through the planning and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit dakotasprinkler.com today.
We might not be the largest repair shop in town, but we take pride in what we do. We want to make the experience as painless as possible for you, so we will work with your insurance company on your claim from beginning to the end. Locally owned with 50 years combined in the shop, Wheelhouse Auto Body will take the stress off of you. Wheelhouse Auto Body at 720 North Garfield, or contact them at 605-494-0436, 605-494-0436, or wheelhouseautobody@gmail.com.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates, at your service, at your side, with offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
We have hit halftime here at Hollister Field. The Pierre Governors are leading on the American Family Insurance Pretty Shufflebine scoreboard 21-0 here at the break. Huron had their first drive. They took it down the field and got a big play of a 46-yard catch from Colton McNeil to Gavin Moding. And it went 46 yards down inside the 10-yard line to around the 5. It was first and goal. However, it ended up being all for naught, turnover on downs. So the Governors turned around an 18-play, 94-yard drive. 18 plays, 94-yard drive, and a 3-yard touchdown run by Brock Mosier. made it a 7-0 game. Huron punted the ball away. The Governors end up turning the ball over on downs on 4th and 1. They went with the big units with Jet Zabel as a quarterback, didn't pick it up, turned the ball over. Huron ended up with a field goal chance of about 39 yards, missed the field goal, partially blocked by Tyden Winkler. The Governors then went 3 plays, 80 yards, and went 83 with an 83-yard touchdown from Kate Kaiser to Jet Zabel after a couple penalties backed him up. And then it was, after that, a punt from the Huron Tigers again. Governors went 6 plays, 53-yard drive, 11-yard touchdown run for Trey Lewis. And then the final drive ended in an interception with Spencer Schosberg intercepting a pass near the goal line and keeping the Governors up front 21-0 here at the break as we go through some of the stats here. For the Huron Tigers, it is Condell with the 35 yards rushing on 14 attempts. Hansen with his only rushing attempt of no yards. Colt McNeil lost a yard on three attempts so far. And passing-wise, it is 92 yards for McNeil, 4 of 13 with an interception. Just 2.3 yards of rushing for Condell, 7 yards. Right, that's he's 7 yards passing per attempt. And so 92 yards on those 4 completions, but an interception of 4 of 13. So 126 yards in total, as C.J. Gainey's got 38 yards receiving on 2 catches. Modi's got that 1 grab of 46 yards. Condell's got 1 grab for 8 yards. And the offense for the Huron Tigers, 126 yards of total offense. Governors with 226 total yards of offense, as they have gained over 100 yards more than the Huron Tigers. We start with Cade Kaiser rushing the ball for 50 yards on 8 attempts. Then Trey Lewis with 7 carries for 41 yards and a touchdown. Brock Mosier, 24 yards on 5 carries and a touchdown as well. Jet Zabel, 2 yards on 2 carries. And Cade Kaiser has thrown the ball 9 times, 7 of 9 so far. Just 2 incompletions, 111 yards, and a touchdown to Jet Zabel that went 83 yards. As he went 5 for 6 on that first possession on that 18-play drive. Kaiser went 5 of 6 for 35 yards. So the Governors have picked up 100 yards more than the Huron Tigers, 226 to 126. And Blake, so far, this game could be a lot higher scoring for the Governors, but they've done offensively. They've scored on 3 of their 4 drives. They've only had 4 drives so far this entire first half because of how much time they took up on that first series. But Pierre offense looking much better than what they did last week. You kind of expected it after what Brandon Valley's defensive front and just in general their team, the giants that they were. But this offense has rebounded nicely.
Yeah, they have, and that's kind of what we expected, John, from the Govs here tonight. We knew that Huron, like you said, Huron's definitely not a pushover by any means. We're not anywhere close to talking about a running clock quite yet here in this ball game, but they've been able to drive the ball down the field a couple times here against the Governor defense. But Governor defense on that first drive, it was more of a bend but don't break mentality. They were able to give up the long play, but force the Tigers to punch it in from inside the 10. They weren't able to do so, and then the Govs turn right back around, like you said, and drive 94 yards to pick up a touchdown, and that's kind of been the script thus far. A couple of miscues from both teams, a lot of penalties from both teams, and I'm sure that's something that, assuming we will get to talk to Coach Steele after the ball game, something that he'll look to correct next week. But penalties, couple of turnovers from both teams as well. So not perfect by either team tonight, but results on the scoreboard are what matter right now, and it's right now the scoreboard here at Phil Troutner Stadium at Hollister Field reads 21-0 in favor of the good guys.
Governors have that 21-0 lead. Will return with halftime scores from across the state as halftime continues here at Hollister Field. Back in 2 minutes here on KCCR and also on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
The Swartz Agency, operating in the Pierre Fort Pierre area since 2006, wants to welcome Cooper Swartz, our newest licensed agent, joining Ryan and Sylvia. Home and auto insurance, we cover it. Commercial and farm insurance, we cover it. Remember, quotes are free, and the chances are the Swartz Agency can save you money on your policy and provide the same or better coverage. Call Ryan, Sylvia, or Cooper at 224-0707. That's 224-0707. Are you building or remodeling your house? Looking for a trustworthy plumber? We all have to deal with a plumbing problem every now and then. Why not let the experts handle it for you? Contact Matt with Graves Plumbing at 222-8400. Graves Plumbing, the go-to for all your plumbing needs. Don't forget to visit them on Facebook to check out the excellent work they've done. Call Matt at Graves Plumbing today at 222-8400. That's 222-8400.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
So I switched my insurance to State Farm, and get this. I talked to an actual State Farm agent who lives in my actual town. And get this. My actual agent in my actual town gave me actual help with the coverage I needed. And get this. My actual agent in my actual town who gave me actual help actually knows my name. And get this. They actually say it's called service.
See the team at Potsdam State Farm or visit insuredwithbecky.com.
Governors lead at 21-0 here at Hollister Field at halftime as the Governors will get the ball to receive the second half, but Blake Dean's got scores from across the state if you want to take it away, Blake.
Yeah, I got it, John. We'll start with the 11 AA scores that are going on here this evening. The Douglas Patriots are currently down at halftime 20-0 to St. Thomas More. Aberdeen Central, the number 5 seed, up 7-0 over Brookings at halftime in Brookings. The Yankton Bucks up 21-7 over Sioux Falls Roosevelt after one quarter. The T-Area Titans all over the Spearfish Spartans 42-13 with 4 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Watertown up 20-0 over Mitchell at halftime, and Sturgis up over Belfouche 26-0, approaching the half in that game. The Sully Buttes Chargers are tied at half with Lyman County 14-14. Stanley County is up 24-8 over Lemon McIntosh at the half. The winner fighting Nathan Nazes are up 14-0 over West Central at the half. The Philip Scotties are up 64-0 over Newell. I believe that is a final. And the other score that I have written down is Sunshine Bible Academy was able to pick up a 40-31 win over Oldham Ramona Rutland. And the other score I'm looking at here tonight is Potter County playing against Harriet Selby area is 22-18 in favor of the Wolverines of Harriet Selby area, approaching halftime of that ball game as well.
The Pierre Governors have a 21-0 lead here at the break here at Hollister Field as they return to the field. We'll step aside for 2 minutes and come back with the second half after this. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR, watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Stolken Peterson LLP has been your local CPA firm for over 40 years, offering tax preparation, bookkeeping, payroll, and consulting services. If your business, farm, or ranch needs professional, accurate, and reliable services, we are your firm. Our clients are our number one priority. If you need a higher level of accounting service, give us a call at 605-224-5828. That's Stolken Peterson LLP, 222 East Missouri Avenue in Pierre.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
We all have had to fix little things. Loose screw? Get a screwdriver. Nail coming up? Find a hammer. Bolt coming loose? Get some wrenches. Sometimes these little things tend to make us think we can fix big things. Plug drain? Call Allied Plumbing. Water heater leaking? Call Allied Plumbing. Sewer backed up? Trust me, leave it to the professionals and rely on your ally. Call Allied Plumbing. With 75 years of combined experience, it speaks for itself. Allied Plumbing, 494-2001.
Hello, I'm Pastor Jeff Lathrop of Pierre First United Methodist Church, and I'd like to invite you to join us in person for worship on Sunday mornings at 8:30 a.m. or 11 a.m. You can also join us on Facebook Live or on KCCR 1240 a.m. or 98.9 FM for our Sunday morning broadcast at 11 a.m. Come worship with us at First United Methodist Church, where you will find open hearts, open minds, and open doors.
21-0 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard as we are set for the third quarter here in just about another minute or so. And the Pierre Governors will receive the second half kickoff as they are going to be looking to take a 4-touchdown lead. So actually, the two coaches, I don't know if the coaches are talking right now at the near midfield, but the Steve Steele, the head coach of the Governors, I've not seen that very often. If he was talking with Drew Strander, they will shake hands. Maybe there's some kind of issue or conflict, not really conflict, but just a little bit of an issue that he wants Steele to be aware of, but something that you just don't see very often during the middle of a football game.
Right.
But so it is, and we're ready to go for a second half of football here.
Yeah, Coach Strand, you're right. You don't see very often that both opposing coaches meet out on the playing field before the start of a half, but appeared cordial as both men shook hands before Coach Strand meandered back over onto his sideline.
So the Govs will receive the second half kick. Trey Lewis, Brock Mosier are back deep to return the kickoff here for the Governors. Of course, the Govs, wearing their all-black jerseys, but got the pink undershirts and pink socks, pink shoes as the Cancer Awareness Month, and pink is being worn all over the field here for the Pierre Governors as we open up the month of October. First kickoff of the day for the Huron Tigers, as this will go to the far side of the field. Easlin will let it bounce, and it will go out of play, and that will draw the penalty flag that the Governors will get the ball in good field position to open up the second half.
Yeah, just a tough kick off the foot of Nick Kleinsasser, and that'll put the ball on the Governor 35 to open up the second half.
So Pierre with the Kate Kaiser throwing 111 yards on 7 of 9 opportunities and a touchdown throw so far. Govs have all but one drive have pretty much had their way offensively. The one turnover on downs, otherwise they've scored the other 3 times they've had the football. They've been methodical. They've also picked up a big chunk of 83 yards on a touchdown pass, as the first play of the second half will be a handoff, and eat the words a little bit here as Mosier will lose 2 yards back to the 33, and it's 2nd and 12.
But again, another chance for the Governor offense to be methodical, John, kind of like you said, because, yes, a loss of 2 there on that first down play on the handoff to Mosier. The Huron defensive line and linebackers kind of ate that one up, but like you said, an opportunity for this offense to kind of march the ball down the field if they're able to pick up positive yards here.
Kaiser will roll to his right as he's looking to throw. He'll throw it down the field to the near sideline. That's going to fall incomplete. Looking maybe for either Ty and Buss, he overthrew him, or underthrew Jed Zabel. And it's now 3rd down and 12, third down 11, a rare incompletion from Kaiser, just his 3rd of the day so far.
Yeah, just a tough play there by Kaiser, like you said, kind of overthrew Buss and underthrew Zabel, kind of into no man's land. Did that ball land, and it's 3rd and 11 from the 34 for the Govs here to open up the second half.
Empty backfield here for Kaiser all kinds of times. He's looking to throw. He'll throw it over the middle of the field. It's going to be intercepted. Tigers will pick it up at the 50 to the 45-yard line. Mosier will make the tackle as it's to be picked off by Mason Juergens. And then a flag will come out at the very end of that play, which is going to be after the play is over. Tigers will keep the football, whether it's going to be added to 15 yards or back 15 yards, but the Huron Tigers get the interception to Kaiser, and it's 1st and 10 for the Tigers right now in Governor Field position, in Governor territory.
And it looks like it's probably going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct, and it looks like it's going to be on Huron because they are making their way backwards after that play, maybe a taunting penalty on Juergens.
Red ball. Looks like conduct. Shooting team. 5. Consider a penalty from the on the run. 1st and 10 white.
And Blake is right that it was on Juergens, and it's 1st and 10 now from the 39 back in Huron territory. But both of those possessions, last possessions for the Governors and Tigers, while the Tigers had their possession end at halftime, it was also an interception by Spencer Easland. And the referee blew the whistle and still had his mic on. As Colton McNeil, he'll roll to his right, and the toss will go to the far side, as it's going to be near 1st down, as Thackeray Hansen will get towards the sticks, and I believe it's going to be a gain of 8, so it's going to be 2nd down and 1, as Hansen just had his 2nd run, and that one picks up 8 yards.
Yeah, the Huron backfield kind of has a little bit of a thunder and lightning situation going on, John, with Caudell kind of more of the bruising running back, and Hansen kind of the speedster, and that time they went with McNeil and Hansen going right on the outside, and Hansen was able to pick up 8 on the option play.
And Hansen will get the handoff. This time he's going to be stopped right at that line to gain for a 1st down. Well, I think he might be about a half yard short. They're going to spot it. They're going to look, and I believe it's going to be 1st down maybe.
The official looked like he was going to point his hand up for a 1st down, and then finally, after a long look at it, made the decision to raise the right arm and point toward the end zone that the Governors are defending, signaling 1st down Huron.
So 49-yard line here for the Huron Tigers, just on their own end of the field with 10:30 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. And the Huron Tigers right now down 21-0 with the ball. As Hansen's still in the backfield, but McNeil will look to pass, will throw the near side, overthrows his intended receiver. As Ty Winkler, he didn't break up the pass, but he put a nice hit on Colby Hofer just to make sure he knew he was there, and it falls incomplete, and it's 2nd and 10.
Again, Titan Winkler just a nose for the football, nose for making a tackle, nose for pass breakups, just a nose for making plays. I think it's something about that last name that is part of the juice there for number 31 wearing the black.
I would love to take credit for any of that by having a last name, but it is all Titan himself, not anything with the last name. As it'll be a McNeil. Maybe his parents have a little bit to do with it. McNeil will run his way out of bounds. Carson Stosher will shoulder him right at the sideline, but he was in bounds when McNeil got hit, and Stosher did a good job of hitting him right before he went out of bounds, and it's no gain, and it's 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, if Stosher doesn't do that, John, that's an unfortunate break there for the Govs, because that would be a late hit out of bounds, and that's an automatic 1st down. So a good job by Stosher of being able to hit him in bounds, but then just kind of easing up from, making a hit even farther.
2 receivers far side here, as McNeil is going to be scrambling out of the pocket, rolling to his right, still looking to throw, and he'll just throw that one away, threw it low to the ground with a couple of receivers in the area, but it's going to be 4th down and 10 now, as Colby Hofer was the intended receiver, and from a 4th and 10 from the 49-yard line, 4th and 11-ish. I believe they, a loss of 1 for McNeil on that run. Made it 3rd and 11. Now it's 4th and 11, and Hofer will punt the ball away.
Yeah, they got McNeil out of the pocket, scrambling to his right. He was looking for Hofer, but threw it on the run, and a pass that ended up short at the feet of Hofer. And now the ball is going off the foot of Hofer again into the waiting arms of Trey Lewis, who bobbles it, but is able to pick it up and pick a nice return.
Still on his feet. He's out to the 40, crosses midfield. He's still going. Trey Lewis, he's going to take it the distance to the 15, 10, 5, touchdown Governors. Trey Lewis takes it nearly 70 yards, over 70 yards to the house. Right after he bobbled the ball, picks it up and takes it in for a touchdown.
Trey Lewis making his best Deshaun Jackson impression. Bobbled the football, made a guy miss, tiptoed the sideline, stayed in bounds, and somehow just evaded everybody else down the sidelines for a touchdown. Again, I'll continue to say it. Trey Lewis, most explosive fullback in the state of South Dakota.
So Asher Vandenbos is on for the extra points. They've got to switch out the footballs here for Vandenbos to actually kick the ball away, but Kaiser will hold. Vandenbos looking to go 4 for 4 on extra points. The kick is going to be up, and it will fly through the uprights. 28-0 lead for the Governors off the punt return touchdown from Trey Lewis. 9:48 to go here in the third quarter, back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR, watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Let Country Carpet and Flooring help you update your home or office with the latest fashion trends. With over 30 years of experience, we can help you find the right flooring or window treatments for your needs. Stop down to 414 East Sioux Avenue or call for an appointment at 224-9297 for your free consultation and estimate. Go Govs!
So now the Governors lead at 28-0. The American Family Insurance Brittany Schoffelbein scoreboard as Jed Zabel will kick this one away. Punt return, nearly 80 yards of a return from Trey Lewis, who bobbled it, dropped it on the ground, picked it up, and made everybody miss. Broke about 3 tackles on his way crossing midfield, and then was never touched the rest of the way down. And Pierre has got a 28-0 lead. One more stop and a score could get the running clock started here about the midway point of this third quarter, with still 9:48 to play in the third. As it will be Zabel that got it teed up, and he will kick this one away. And it will be caught by Hansen at around the 10-yard line. He's out to the 20 to the 25. He's out to the 35-yard line before he was maybe he tripped himself up, and he's going to be tackled and down at the 38. So a gain of about 30 for Hansen on the kick return, and he had a lot of speed moving.
Yeah, and like I said, he's kind of the lightning of that Thunder and Lightning backfield for the Huron Tigers, and you saw it there. Like John said, he was picking up a lot of speed, and he was trying to find as much open space as he could and just blast through it. There was Thackeray Hansen, the junior.
Shotgun formation here. Caudell is back in the backfield. He'll get the handoff on first down, and he's got nowhere to go. Actually, Hansen was still in the backfield, so it is no gain for Hansen, and it's 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, just ran right into the Governor defensive line. Did Caudell, Titan Winkler making another tackle. Again, something about the last name of that linebacker wearing number 31. Winkler's just must be good at everything.
Maybe that Winkler is not this Winkler.
Installation, broadcast, play-by-play, sprinkler installation.
Okay.
Playing football, you name it, the Winklers can get the job done for you.
Near side on the pitch, there's going to be a big loss. The Governors are able to rally to the football as Hansen's going to pick up not a whole lot there. Grayson Schetzel, along with Trey Lewis, Evan Anderson, all over there in a loss of about 4. And it's going to be 3rd down and 14 here for the Huron Tigers.
Yeah, nice play there by the Governor defense, able to sniff that one out. And like you said, a host of Governors were able to rally to the ball and bring down Hansen for a loss of about 3 on that play, making it 3rd and 14 here for the Tiger offense.
Shotgun formation. McNeil will drop back to pass. Now he was one to step on the pocket, rolling to his right, still looking to throw on the run. Throws it up for grabs to the sideline. It's going to be incomplete. Spencer Eason was in coverage, but that ball went out of play, and it will bring up 4th down. We have not seen Caudell in this second half yet so far. I don't see over there. Well, there is a guy on crutches on the far side of the field, but it is not Caudell. So I have not seen him. We have not seen him play yet, though, in the second half. He is standing there with his helmet on. As C.J. Gainey was the intended receiver for that 3rd down throw from McNeil.
Yeah, like you said, haven't seen Caudell yet this half. Maybe they're looking to get a little bit more speed on the field as opposed to, kind of the bruiser that Caudell is as running back.
Another punt right back here for Trey Lewis to catch around the 31-yard line. He's at the nearest side, trying to step forward, go forward, and he almost lost the football. He did lose the football, but it was picked back up by the Governors, and it'd be at the 45-yard line. Evan Anderson and Trey Lewis both fell back on the football, and the Governors will take over at the 45 now.
Lewis was trying to to repeat the success of that last punt return and do it again. But the Huron Tigers were a little bit more aware of that. We do have a penalty marker down. We'll see what the marker is. It looks like it's on Pierre as the Governor offense is making their way backwards right now.
We'll hear from our official here in just a moment, but the Governors also can now go the distance and
In the return, personal foul, necessary roughness, 35, return team, 15-yard penalty, special 10 black.
looks like Chance Sarda is the one that got called for the unsportsmanlike penalty, and one very unhappy fan in the Governor crowd right now.
Just one.
Just yeah.
Only one person.
It's a 28-0 lead, but Pierre can go down and score if they do and get the extra point. That would start the running clock here, and there's still 7:59 to go here in the third quarter. As Kaiser will throw far side. The catch will be made out on that far side of the field. And Brock Mosier slips free. He's out of the 50 to the 45. He'll take a man with them and pass the 40-yard line to around the 39. They're going to spot him right at the 40. And a gain of first down for the Governors. And a big first down gain for Pierre.
Yeah, nice job of making a guy miss in space for Brock Mosier, playing a little bit of slot receiver there. And he's able to break free, like you said, and run up along the far sideline. C.J. Gainey had the angle on him, and Brock just put him on his back after he picked up about 5 more after he was hit.
Kate Kaiser will break one tackle, reverse field to the near sideline. He's out of the 20 to the 15. A flag will come in. Kaiser scores, but there's a flag thrown, and that will probably negate the 40-yard run from Kate Kaiser, as the Governors would take a 34-0 lead at the moment, but probably will be coming back.
Yeah, it's going to be a hold more than likely, John. There's flags in the backfield, or actually out in the secondary, and they're going to mark off that penalty from where the holding penalty occurred at about the 24-25-yard line.
So still making about 1st and 5 here for Pierre.
Holding. Offense. Number 2. 10-yard penalty. Late first down.
Tyan Buss is the one called for the penalty. And it will back them up. Well, actually, they're going to spot it at the 33-yard line, so it's 1st and 3. And the Jays moved, and then they stay where they're at. So it's 1st and 3, a rare 1st and 3. Don't see that very often.
No.
It's like a scoregami with the yardage marks.
Absolutely.
I'm not sure what that would be. Yardagami?
Yardagami, I like that.
Kate Kaiser in the shotgun with the empty backfield, and Kaiser will get a gain of maybe a couple or one, and it'll be up second down in about second down and 2. They have to get to the 30-yard line, gain of just 1. Still thinking about that Yardagami.
Yardagami, absolutely.
But it was a 40-yard run for Kaiser that got in the end zone and back up. It, I guess, officially ends up going down as a gain of about 7 before he picked up that 1 yard, and it's now second down and 2, and now flags will come in, and it'll be a false start in the Governors, and they'll back them up 5 yards to make it 2nd and 7 with 6:48 to go.
Good ball. False start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
That's a little bit less. Yardagami was second and 2 as well as 2nd and 7. That's a little bit less unique as 1st and 3 was.
So 2nd and 7 here with Kaiser dropping back, looking to pass, throwing it downfield for Zabel, jump ball, and he just can't make the catch as it was broken up in coverage, and it'll bring up 3rd down here and 7 for the Pierre Governors.
Yeah, just a nice play. Ball a little bit underthrown there by Kaiser. And Zabel and the defender went up to make the play on it, but it was number 13 in Gavin Moding, 23 in Gavin Moding, the senior defensive back, playing one-on-one on Jet Zabel, and he was able to break up the pass, setting up 3rd and 7 here for the Governor offense.
Kaiser design run here on 3rd and 7. He's going to get to the 30-yard line. He picks up the 1st down, a gain of about 9 or 10 for Kaiser to bring up a 1st down and a new set of downs for the Governors. They called a gain of 9 for Kaiser.
Yeah, and possibly a costly 1st down there for the Huron Tigers, because after making the play, junior linebacker number 30, Jonathan Peterson, came up came up limping on that one, so he's definitely not at 100%, but he stays in the ball game.
1st and 10 from around the 28-yard line, as it's going to be Mosier with the handoff as he'll get himself to around the 18-yard line, near gain of 10, and the Governors are in the red zone trying to take the 35-point lead as we hit the midway point of this third quarter. They're checking to see if they got enough for a first down, and it is a first down. Gain of exactly 10 for Brock Mosier.
Yeah, nice job of tough sledding there for Brock Mosier again, picking up, 10, 11 yards, another first down, and chains continue to move in the right direction if you're a fan of the Pierre Governors.
Pistol formation, play action, Kaiser, bullet pass, caught by Zabel, trying to make the man miss, but he's going to be out of bounds, run out of bounds. Very minimal gain on that first down catch from Kate Kaiser to Jed Zabel.
Yeah, about 2 or 3 on the gain there to Zabel. Actually, he's going to
lose a yard.
He's going to lose a yard. I thought he picked up positive yards based on where he ended up, but he must have stepped out of bounds before he picked up the positive yards. So, loss of 1 for Zabel on that one. 2nd and 11 here for the Governor offense.
5:42 to go here in the third quarter. Still 28-0 lead for Pierre on the American Family Insurance Pregame Shuffle by scoreboard. Design run for Kaiser. He slips and falls as he'll pick up maybe a yard back, and it's going to be 3rd down and 10. That one does not feel good for Kate Kaiser either.
Yeah, no, he came up limping on that one. Not sure if he tripped over his own feet or tripped over a lineman or just shoe stuck in the ground longer than he wanted to. Not really sure, but definitely tripped himself up, fell, and went back to the line for no gain.
Kaiser looks to pass. He'll throw for Zabel. He's going to pick up a block here on the far side. He gets out to the 10, the 5. He's in the end zone for a touchdown. And the Governors will take a 34-0 lead with 5:01 to go. A 19-yard throw and catch from Kate Kaiser to Jed Zabel, and the Govs are an extra point away from the running clock.
And that touchdown happened because of the block thrown by Brock Mosier, John. Zabel had that pass and caught it, after only about a 5-yard pass past the line of scrimmage there from Cade Kaiser. Mosier threw a block on a potential tackler, and Zabel was able to get around that block to the far sideline, and then tiptoe his way along the right or the far sideline past the pylon for 6. Vanden Boss adds the extra point for an additional 1, and it is 35-0 for the Pierre Governors. And like you said, next time this clock starts running, it will not stop.
Governors have that 35-point lead. Back in 30 seconds here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
At Anderson Rumpke Dental, we want to change the way your family views the dentist. Let's replace your fear of the dental chair with personal service and a friendly and inviting atmosphere. Using state-of-the-art technology, we offer same-day crowns, saving you time and money, as well as dental implants, orthodontics, veneers, teeth whitening, and much more. Anderson Rumpke Dental, located at 1521 North Harrison Avenue in Pierre. At Anderson Rumpke Dental, we also offer sedation dentistry. If you like the idea of getting all your dental work done while you sleep, sedation dentistry might be right for you. Anderson Rumpke Dental. Call us today at 224-6111.
It is a 35-point lead for the Pierre Governors on the American Family Insurance Pregame Shuffle by scoreboard. A 9-play, 70-yard drive and a 19-yard touchdown throw from Kate Kaiser to Jed Zabel. And the Govs, with the kickoff, will start the running clock with 5:01 to go and speed up the rest of this game with the Govs on their way to trying to be 6-1 of the season before next week Friday, and the T-Area Titans will go to T. This will be to the near side, and it's going to be caught around the 20-yard line to the 25 to the 30 and out of the 35-yard line by Colby Hofer. And the clock will run with the Governors leading 35-0. And I want to mention, too, Blake, that this will be the first time ever that Pierre goes to T and plays. Governors have played them, 4 times now, almost 5 times, 2 in the state championship, I think twice here in Pierre. And the one time they were going to T was in 2020 when COVID hit the Governors, and they ended up having to cancel that game.
That's right. Yeah, this will be a historic football game between, the two titans of 11 AA football if you've been following it for the past, 3-4 years to this point.
McNeil will keep it from Hanson, and then McNeil will scamper his way out of bounds at the 40-yard line, 39-yard line, a gain of 4, and it's second down and 6.
Well, I guess since T-Area joined the 11AA ranks, they have been, a power in 11AA. And another clash between two schools that have played in the last 2 state championships, and should be a good one in South Dakota next week, or next Friday, like you said.
3:40 left to go here in the third quarter. Second down and 6 from the 39-yard line. A handoff here for Hanson. He is driven back. E.J. Bucci says to get out of here. No gain for Hanson. And Elijah Bucci, he drove him back and then said, and here's a little push to make sure that don't try it my way again.
Yeah, just shed the blocker, did E.J. Bucci. Wrapped up Hanson for no gain, and like you said, just drove him backwards, and then actually pushed him backwards, probably another 5 yards. Just goes to show the strength and power of number 1.
So it's now 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter, but a third down and 6 from the 39. Huron going from right to left in their own territory right now, down 35-0 as McNeil will throw a screen pass up in the air. It's going to be caught. There's it's not even Caudell that made the catch, as it's going to be a gain of about 3, as it will be to number 30 in Peterson, Jonathan Peterson. And it will be a gain of about 3 and bring up fourth down. And another punt here from the Huron Tigers.
Yeah, nice play design there from the Tigers, trying to catch the Govs being a little too aggressive, but Govs end up sending only about 3 or 4 guys after the quarterback. McNeil was able to drop it into Peterson, but a couple of linebackers were sitting right there. They read the screen pass well, and Peterson's unable to pick up a first down, forcing the Tigers to have to punt the ball away off the foot of Hofer.
And that punt will make its way out of bounds, and the possession will change back in favor of the Pierre Governors. And with the 2 minutes to go and counting here in the third quarter, Pierre might, by the time that they get out on the field and run that first play, they may only have to run one play before we head to the fourth quarter. But they are leading 35-0. And I was going to mention, too, you see screen passes, wide receiver screen passes. You don't see a whole lot of halfback screen passes. And one team that would be pretty good at it would probably be the Brandon Valley Lynx.
Absolutely.
They would have a monster offensive line. They would run a couple of halfback screens. 1:30 left to go here in the third quarter. Pistol formation. Kaiser, that snap went to the far right. I don't know if that was a design play for him to keep it himself, but he was able to make something out of that with the ball on the snap taking him far to the right side. And now we've got a whistle with a flag on the far side of the field. With 1:10 and counting here to go, it's going to be a hold on the Governors that will back them up. And again, now when we get to the end of this penalty being lined up, the Governors may not have to run another play here in this third quarter. We'll hear the call from our official at some point here before the end of this third quarter.
Holding offense, number 62, penalty. See you guys later.
There's Ty Michael that gets called for the hold, and it's going to be first down. And again, with the clock, with the way it is, and now they're going to now start the play clock as well. The Governors don't have to snap the ball; they will, and it'll be a handoff for Brock Mosier right up the middle. He's going to gain most of those yards back. It was 1st and 20, and he'll gain of about 10. To the 26-yard line, and it'll be up second down and 10, and that should take us to the end of this third quarter. Pierre, as Huron is trying to sub really late, the clock will run out. That'll take us to the fourth quarter. Governors lead at 35-0 on the American Family Insurance. Brittany Shuffle by the scoreboard. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Every day you share personal information about yourself with others. You may write a check, charge fuel, rent a car, mail your tax returns, schedule a doctor's appointment, or post something on social media. Each transaction may share some sort of personal information, such as bank and credit card account numbers, social security number, name, address, or phone number. There are unscrupulous individuals, identity thieves, targeting these routine transactions, trying to gain your information to commit fraud. If you think somebody has stolen your identity, contact Consumer Protection at 1-800-300-1986.
Since 1906, Dakota Prairie Bank has served Presho, Draper, and the Fort Pierre communities. Dakota Prairie Bank is a full-service bank with friendly, professional service. Stop in and visit with their professional staff and let them assist you in all your banking needs. Small enough to know you, large enough to offer the services you need. Dakota Prairie Bank, with locations in Presho, Draper, and Fort Pierre. Member FDIC.
So it is the fourth quarter now. The Pierre Governors leading 35-0 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shuffleby scoreboard. With Jackson Youngworth back at the station, Blake Dean and John Winkler here on this Friday evening. Glad you're with us here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. The start of the fourth quarter, once the snap is had, the clock will start and continue to roll with the Governors on their way to being 6-1 in the season. As we'll have a pistol formation, everybody bunched up to that line of scrimmage. Kaiser still the quarterback. Brock Mosier will get the handoff as he'll squirt free. It's 2nd and 10. He stays on his feet, and we'll have a penalty flag that should be a face mask. I believe it's going to be a face mask, which will then get us a first down. Mosier picked up those 5 yards and should tack on at least another 5 yards on top of it.
Yeah, that face mask was right in view of the side judge, and he was the one who threw the flag. This is going to be a face mask penalty and another additional 5 yards for the Govs.
Defense, 5-yard penalty.
So he picked up 4 yards, and it will be a gain of 4, tack on 5, and it's going to be 3rd down and 1, or maybe it's 2nd down and 1, still 2nd down. So Mosier did pick up those 4 yards with 11:35 to go. Again, everybody bunched up at that line of scrimmage with Mosier in the backfield. Now we get a flag that comes in. And the laundry has been, the washing machines on the extra load tonight.
Yep.
Extra clean.
Because we've seen a lot of yellow. And neither of these teams wear yellow.
So we just backed them up another 5 yards, right back to where they were from the face mask penalty. And it still is 2nd down here for the Governors, and it's 2nd down and 6 now. Again, with that clock rolling once again, they stopped it for that penalty to be called. There's pink, there's green, there's black, orange, white, but not yellow on any of these teams.
Correct.
As if he tossed to the right side, Mosier's got enough for a first down as he'll carry himself out to around the 39-yard line or so, maybe the 38, but enough for a first down for the Governors. Called a gain of 7, make that gain of 8 for Brock Mosier.
Yeah, just another option play. Kaiser around the right side, pitches it to Mosier. Mosier's able to pick up, the yards that they lost on the penalty and then some for Governor first down out to the 38-yard line. 1st and 10 for the green and white.
As it'll be Brock Mosier again that will get the carry. He'll gain a couple out to around the 41-yard line, a gain of 3 for the Governors.
Yeah, another just a pistol formation there from the Govs. Handoff from Kaiser to Mosier. Mosier runs between the tackles this time instead of trying to get outside. Ends up picking up 3. Clock continues to move regardless of what happens from here on out. And the Govs will continue to roll here. 2nd and 7, ball on their own 41.
So the clock's under 9.5 to go here in this fourth quarter. Shotgun formation for Kaiser. He'll hand it back off to Mosier again. Right up the middle he goes, and it gets to around the 45-yard line, just shy of it. And it will be a 3rd down and manageable here for the Governors. 3rd and about 3, a gain of 4 for Mosier.
Yeah, just keep feeding Brock Mosier. It's a recipe for success. He's now got 60 yards on 12 carries, does Brock Mosier, which brings his yards per carry average to 5 yards a carry on the nose.
I knew that one. I was able to, that was a quick math for me.
Camp Girardeau math for you, ladies and gentlemen.
So it'll be McNeil here, or make that Kate Kaiser here on the near side. You talk about Cape Girardeau math, and now I can't figure out who's even got the ball anymore. So it'll be a gain of about 7 for Cade Kaiser, making a gain of 8 for Cade Kaiser, and a first down here for the Governors as the clock continues to run with now 8:20 left to go in the fourth quarter.
Speaking of Cape Girardeau math, that was all mental math for John. I was the one who had to pull out the calculator and do 60 divided by 12. So we see who had the superior math education between the two of us.
Well, math fails me quite often. 2 receivers here. Make that a receiver on the near side. See, I can't even count to. Well, there was 2 receivers, I believe.
Yep.
And but there is a false start penalty, I believe, coming against the Governors. Jet Zabel had hobbled off. Ty Michael is called for the false start penalty. Zabel kind of hobbled off a little bit. That leg's still bothering him a little bit. With 7:30 left to go here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, he does have a wrap around his right calf, does Jet Zabel, and not currently on the field is number 12.
As Mosier will get the handoff again here for the Governors. And he'll gain a couple, maybe 1 or 2, and it's second down. Make that Trey Lewis, on the carry. That'll be a gain of 1 for Trey Lewis, who's got 42 yards on 8 carries.
Yeah, and Mosier will come off the field. They've got Lewis in the backfield due the Governors. Tight set here for the Govs, only 1 wide receiver.
And play action here, Kaiser. He drops back, now he rolls to his left, still looking to throw. Now that pocket he's scrambled out of the pocket, and he had about 4 different Huron Tigers barreling down on him, and he's able to run his way out of bounds at the 48-yard line. And calling it maybe a gain of 1. I don't even know if he even gained 1. I think it was no gain for Kaiser. And it's going to be third down and 14 here for the Governors with 6:20 left to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and we'll see probably another pass, but not before a false start penalty from the Govs here, and that'll back them up an additional 5 to bring it 3rd and 19.
And so now Brock Mosier and Carter Shufflebine. But Shufflebine and Mosier both check in the game. Lewis will come out, and see the other Governor. I believe Keenan Scott was the other Governor that came out. So empty backfield now here for Cade Kaiser on 3rd down and long for the Governors, 3rd and 19. Kaiser throws it down the field looking for Buzz. It's going to be incomplete, but a flag will come in, and it's going to be a 15-yard penalty, which will still make it 3rd down and 4. But they're going to, it looks like they're going to call a pass interference, maybe a hold, if not. The Governors, again, it's still going to be 3rd down because it's not I don't believe it's automatic first down. It's just a 15-yard penalty.
Right.
And it'll be
on C.J. Gainey on that one. But you're right. I think they mark it from the spot, so it'll only be 3rd down, repeat of 3rd down, and it'll be 3rd and 4 or 5.
15-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Yeah, so 3rd and 4 here from the now Huron 42-yard line. Game clock is under 5 minutes as the fourth quarter is moving quickly, even though we've had plenty of incompletions, plenty of penalties. That clock continues to still run. Play action here as Kaiser bootleg out to the right side. Kaiser will look to throw. That'll be incomplete as he was looking to the far side of the field.
I think that was Keenan Scott who he was looking for, John.
Yeah, Keenan Scott was the intended receiver. It is going to be incomplete, and that will bring out the punting unit for the first time here tonight for the Governors. In a 35-0 game, running clock, 4th down. And this spot, if the game's close, you're probably going for it. You feel good about what the offense is to go for it. However, at this spot of the game, with it being decided now, you say, let's get our work for the punting unit.
Yep. And get Jet Zabel an opportunity to punt the ball and down it inside the 20 here. Huron's got 2 deep returners. Looks like it's hard to make out the numbers just with the reflection of the screen up here that we've got. So
one should be Gavin Moding. Zabel had all kinds of time to punt that one away, and he did not get a good punt away anyway. And it will bring up first down, and Huron will have decent field position once the referee marks off where the ball will be spotted at the 30, still walking to the 33, 34-yard line. So it's going to be right at the 35 where Huron will take over off the punt from Zabel that didn't go very far for him.
Yeah, only about a net punt there from Zabel of about 8 or 9 yards.
As McNeil will hand the ball off here, as Huron, again, trying to work a little bit of that ground game. Hansen gets the carry. He gets out to the 42-yard line, a gain of 7 with 3 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, now we finally see Caldwell again, or Caudell, I guess I should say, for the first time pretty much all second half. It's been Hansen otherwise. But the first time we see Caudell here in this second half as far as carrying the rock, he picks up 7, second and 3 from the Tiger 42.
A couple of new faces in on defense here as that handoff will go far side of the field for Gavin Moding, and Moding will carry his way out past midfield into Pierre Governor territory to the 45, as it will end up being a gain of about, go to the 44, a gain of about 18 for Moding on that, his first carry of the night.
Yeah, just get the ball in the hands of your athletes if you're the Huron Tigers, and Gavin Moding is one of them as far as the senior, listed as a receiver, but he's able to get around the far side of the field, around the edge, and pick up a Tiger first down.
Yeah, Max Stinglin in here for the Governors. We'll try and get more names here as McNeil will throw to the near side. The catch will be made on the near side, taken out of bounds, and a gain of about 8 or 9 as the catch will be made by number 18 and C.J. Gainey.
Yeah, we'll officially call it a gain of 7, making it second and 3 here for the Tigers. But we'll let John get you some names here for the second string defense for the Govs.
Max Hunsley is in for the Governors, as well as also Tyson Polson. I saw him in there as well, trying to get some of these numbers. Trevor Rounds in for the Govs as well. As McNeil will look down the field, looking up. The throw is up, is going to be incomplete. A flag will come in. It's going to be on Tyson Polston on a pass interference call, but a really near great defensive play there by Polston to disrupt that pass. He did, but it looks like it's going to be a 15-yard penalty anyway.
Yeah, just an unfortunate job by Polston. Right place, right time, but maybe just got there a tick too early, and that'll be a pass interference call, and the Tigers will get an extra 15 yards out of this one.
Hudson Schaefer is also in here for the Pierre Governors. Trying to find a couple more numbers here for the Govs, as well as number 55, and Isaac Gilk is in. You have Trevor Rounds. As we try to get all these 11 guys that are on the field right now. Also, Kellen Hansen is in. Isaac Gilk with 50 seconds left to go. We get the whistle here. It's 1st and 10 from around the 22-yard line. Not sure exactly what we're waiting on. As you're listening to KCCR Pierre Riverfront Broadcasting Station, they're waiting on me to do the legal ID because it's just past 9 o'clock.
There you go.
And had to make sure that we remind you that you're listening to KCCR. Both on the air on the radio and also on YouTube at KCCR Sports. McNeil will pump fake. He'll look down the field. That throw is going to be over the top, and it's going to be incomplete. And that should just about do it here with that clock still rolling under 40 seconds.
Yeah, some other names that we had for you was number 75 in Cale Munson's out there, along with number 60 in Sam Schonsberg along the defensive line here for the second string Governors defensive unit.
Looks like the final play of the game. Governors looking for the shutout. 35-0 lead. 10 seconds to go. McNeil will drop back to pass. He's looking to his left. Still looking. He'll throw it to the back of the end zone. It's going to be up for grabs. It falls incomplete. And time will expire. And the Pierre Governors will pick up the 35-0 win over the Huron Tigers here tonight. Another shutout for the Governors as they're now 6-1 of the season. Back in 3 minutes with the postgame show. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Since 1906, Dakota Prairie Bank has served Presho, Draper, and the Fort Pierre communities. Dakota Prairie Bank is a full-service bank with friendly, professional service. Stop in and visit with their professional staff and let them assist you in all your banking needs. Small enough to know you, large enough to offer the services you need. Dakota Prairie Bank with locations in Presho, Draper, and Fort Pierre. Member FDIC.
Why am I so sore? There are everyday moments.
What? Hey, hold the ladder! Hold the ladder!
Yeah, that hurt. And there are epic moments.
Slide! College! Class of 1995!
When a moment creates a health need, visit the experts at Avera Orthopedics. We're moving health forward so you can tell the story. Learn more at avera.org/orthopedics.
AGE Corporation's Contractors and Crane Service is a proud supporter of Pierre Governor Athletics. For almost 60 years, AGE has been building South Dakota. For all your site work construction and crane work needs this season, AGE is here to help. Give them a call. AGE Corporation and Crane Service, 223-2732. That's 223-2732. AGE, proud supporters of local sports.
Furting Electric has a long history of doing electrical work the right way. Economical service, professional work, and customer satisfaction is why they can say that. Furting Electric can do residential, farm, and commercial projects. Doesn't matter if they are charged with new construction or a remodel project, they get it conducted. Contact the staff at Furting Electric at 224-8684. They can light a spark into your next project. Furting Electric, 224-8684.
Home Care Services is a private agency committed to providing expert advice and specialized care to those who want to remain living independently at home. Home Care Services has a team of nurses, caregivers, and administrative staff that offers 30-plus years of in-home support services to our local community. For more information about Home Care Services, call 224-2273. Expert advice, professional care, Home Care Services, 224-2273, or online at homecareservicessd.com.
Weatherall Roofing and Insulation is a family-owned business that has served Central South Dakota for over 25 years. Weatherall Roofing and Insulation specializes in metal roof restorations and flat roof repair. They also offer the highest quality insulation using closed-cell polyurethane foam and blow-in fiberglass. For all your roofing or insulation needs, make Weatherall your first choice. And remember, just foam it.
Back here at Hollister Field as we will await to talk to our players of the game here in just a little bit as the Governors pick up a big 35-0 win on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. First man up here is already here, and it's going to be Trey Lewis, as we'll talk with him. We got a punt return for a touchdown, and Trey, real quick, too, that we gave you the Deshaun Jackson type of treatment where you drop the football, you pick it up, and score a touchdown. Immediately when you drop that football, you obviously had to look down and pick it up. When you looked up, what did you see in front of you, and how did you score a touchdown?
There was a defender.
Oh, hold on. There you go. Now you go.
Well, I looked up right away, and there was a defender right there. I don't know. I just tried to shed it right away. Then just had blockers down the field the rest of the way.
Do you remember that Deshaun Jackson touchdown punt return?
I was going to say, do you even know who Deshaun Jackson is?
I don't even know.
Okay,
I'll be honest.
All right. Well,
we're very old. You just confirm that first, Trey.
Yeah.
But they list you in the program. I don't know if you know this, but they list you in the official handout that they give all the fans here as a fullback. Do you consider yourself the most explosive and most athletic fullback in the state this year?
I got to be one of the lightest fullback in the state too. I don't know if I'm quite a fullback, but I think Chance is more of a fullback. But
I agree. But that's what they list you as. So hey. Take what you can get.
Exactly.
So defense gets another shutout. What was that like here tonight? Being able to stop the pass. There wasn't a whole lot of pass attempts overall. Just 20 pass attempts for McNeil, but he only allowed him to have 6 completions. Being able to stop that pass and stop the run. What did you see from your defensive spot?
It was really good. Our DBs were locking stuff down. A lot of stuff was going outside. Not much coming in, but it was really good that we got the shutout. Really just wanted to go out there and prove ourselves this week, especially from last week. Just needed to get that momentum and confidence back, so it was good to get that donut.
Well, you're kind of part of the offense too, obviously. So when you had the 18-play drive, and you didn't get the full rest that the whole defense did, but could you feel the defense kind of getting a little antsy when you were getting back on the field after that 18-play drive?
Yeah, I mean, offense works with defense, and defense works with offense. So yeah, I guess I get a little bit of both worlds.
Yeah, what's the funnest way to score, Trey? Is it the punt return? Is it a return in general? Is it running the football? Is it a scoop and score fumble? Is it a pick six? What's your favorite way to put the ball in the end zone?
I don't know, they're all great, but just those big explosive plays. I think the punt returns are super fun because you don't see it often, and it's fun. Just run down the field, open field, blockers ahead of you. So I'd say punt return.
Punt return?
Punt returns are fun.
So T area is next week. Obviously, you guys have played some pretty good, fun games against them. Obviously, it's been a lot of fun when you win a couple state championships against them. But what do you expect before you start looking at film, start breaking everything down? What do you expect for T area next week?
I expect a lot of run. They've always been a heavy run team. I mean, they don't have the dudes that they had last year, but they still got some dudes. So we stop the run again, I think we should be all right.
Well, congrats on the win. Congrats on the punt return, and go Google and YouTube Deshaun Jackson, and you'll be impressed too.
Yeah,
thank you.
Miracle at the Meadowlands would be the YouTube search for you.
That is Trey Lewis, our first player of the game. We'll pass along here to Jed Zabel, who caught a couple touchdown passes, one of 83 yards. You came up kind of limping at the end. How's the leg doing, Jet?
It's doing okay. Just got to fight through it. Play the season with it because don't want to sit out my senior year. And ultimately, just game after game, we're gonna keep rehabbing and getting better.
Jet, you had 4 catches for 113 and a score. That touchdown that you had was set up on a nice block on the outside there by Brock Mosier, able to kind of scoot around. What did you see on that play? That was looked like a kind of a shallow crossing route. The kid just got you the ball past the line of scrimmage and let you make a play in the open field. What did you see on that one?
Yeah, I saw safety over top. Then my dude was blitzing. That usually covers me, so we knew we had to get it off fast. Then ultimately we practiced that where Brock, if I get the ball, blocks for me, and if he gets the ball, I block for him coming across. And ultimately it just worked out good. Tossed a good block, and no one was left.
You get T area next week. We just mentioned asked Trey that too, but what do you expect against the Titans next Friday?
I expect to win, nothing less. I mean, they're not explosive, but they'll just keep pounding it and get 4 or 5 yards each play. But I think ultimately we'll be able to shut them down and come out with the win.
Well, congrats on another win. Now 6-1 the season, and we'll see you next Friday down in T. That is Jed Zabel, as we'll pass the mic along here to now Titan Winkler. Best last name of all Pierre governors, probably all best last name in the state. But
he's biased.
Yeah, a little biased. No relation. No, we're not cousins. We're not related anyways. Nope. But Titan, you were flying all over the place tonight, so we brought you up here because we probably called your name at least every other play.
Yep.
How much fun was it? Are you tired right now, or how much fun was it tonight?
It was very fun tonight. You know what? It was a good team win. This week's goal was just fly around and redeem yourself, and overall it was just a great defensive run for us.
Yeah, what were the keys to the defensive effort tonight, Titan? Because you guys really obviously hanging a 0 on the board is something you guys strive for every week. What was kind of the key to stopping the Huron attack tonight?
Key tonight was to just stop their run because they are a pretty run heavy team. But then overall, the pass, they got some threats over on the pass, so we just had to do those and just fly around tonight.
Are you mad when you don't make a tackle every play?
I do get a little mad, yeah, I do.
Because I was going to say, I mean, you're involved in just about everything. When you see how was it like to react from your spot on the defensive side? Obviously, with them running, with them passing as well. But how are you able to react so well and so fast to the ball?
Well, just sitting on the sidelines last year really helped me. Watching one of my Chase Sarda, who played my position last year, watching him fly around, that just really helped me last year, just watching from the sidelines, and then that's really what was a key point.
Well, we don't have the full tally of your tackle total, but you get our T-shirt today, the player of the game, because we said your name so much because you're all over the place, and we know that your tackles had to be close to at least double digits.
Easily.
Yeah, I was say you had probably closer to 15. So you get the T-shirt for the player of the game. And before we let you go here, T area next week. We talked to the other two guys. What do you expect against this T area team?
Again, when my fellow teammates mentioned, T is a very run pro team. They got some threats, but yet they don't have what they had last year. And for us, we're just going to have to shut the run down. And I think if we shut the run down, we'll end up with a victory.
And I'll ask you one more quick question before we let you go here, Mr. Player of the Game. What's your favorite way to affect the game as far as a tackle goes? Is it a normal TFL? Is it a sack? Is it a pick? What's as far as an impact play on defense, or just a play in general, making a tackle on a run? What's your favorite play to make as far as a play on defense?
I think my favorite play to make is probably a TFL. I love them. You just get to hammer the guys in the backfield. Haven't been able to get that many sacks this year. I'm usually in coverage. But, yeah, TFL's got to be my favorite.
Well, hey, Titan, congratulations on a great win, and we'll see you next Friday at T area.
All righty, thank you, guys.
That is Titan Winkler. Again, I did not – Blake Dean was the one that said player of the game. It's not me just because his last name was Winkler. He did deserve it. We'll bring in Brock Mosier here, our final player of the game, who had himself 60 yards rushing, 54 yards receiving, a 3-yard touchdown run with that 18-play drive, Brock, that you guys went on, went 94 yards. You were the one that capped it off with the touchdown. How long did it feel of a drive to you guys? Did it feel that long to you that you went 18 plays?
It definitely felt really long of a drive, and then you get off field and the quarter's already halfway done. It definitely makes the game go by a lot faster. But when you're in there, it just goes fast, and you don't notice being tired, or you just keep going and trying to get the touchdown.
Was part of the game plan tonight, Brock, to get you kind of split out wide? Because there were times where you're playing a little bit of slot receiver tonight on top of your normal spot in the backfield next to Cade. Was that part of the game plan, or was that just kind of part of what you guys saw personnel-wise that the Tigers were throwing out there?
It's part of the game plan to get me and Trey running and get the running game going again after coming off 2 passing games. We just want to explore our options, get different looks out of the defense, and just run the ball as much as we could pretty much.
Well, and being able to score as much as you did, but haven't seen the defense be able to step up again, have another shutout. Again, that probably takes a lot of pressure off you guys offensively, knowing that you're playing with the house of money, because if you don't score, the defense is going to stop them and get you back the ball again. Does that feel a lot more comfortable every time that defense does that?
Yeah, it's definitely a lot more comfortable knowing you can rely on your defense, and your defense is going to get you the ball back. Pretty much any time they're on the field, they're going to get it back. It's way more relieving than feeling like you have to score every time you're on the field.
Yeah, and I talked to Jed about it too, Brock. I don't know if you were up here or not, but I think on his touchdown reception, you were the one that kind of made the key block at the end of the play to kind of spring him free and get around the edge to score the touchdown. In your opinion, what's more of a rewarding thing for you, the touchdown run that you had of about 3 yards, just kind of plunging through there and scoring the ball, or is it helping a teammate or throwing a block to kind of help spring a teammate to score a touchdown?
They're definitely both really good feelings, especially when you're making a block and you pancake the guy and he goes to the ground and Jet will just walk in. That's a really good feeling. I'd honestly say getting a great block's a little bit better than scoring an easy touchdown.
Well, we heard a lot about the defensive side, what defense needs to do against T-Area next week. Offensively, going into, obviously you're going to break down film and really study the game plan going into next week. But from your opinion, what does the offense need to do to make sure you beat T-Area next Friday?
I think we got to mix in a lot of different stuff, not focus heavy on the run or heavy on the pass, do a lot of both, and get as many looks as we can possible, and just try and confuse the defense if you would, and just move the ball good.
Well, hey, congratulations. Another big win for you guys, and 6-1. We'll see you next Friday in T.
Yeah, thank you.
That is Brock Mosier, as we will now wait for Steve Steele to make his way over here and talk to us as the Pierre Governors pick up a 35-0 win. And, Coach, your thoughts here on another shutout and getting back into the win column.
Yeah, I think it was a good game. Obviously the defense was spectacular for the most part. Take out a couple plays, and I found a way to keep them out of the end zone. So you can't be upset about that. Offensively, a lot of good. It wasn't perfect, but I feel like they did a good job coming out and trying to control the line of scrimmage and gain some of that confidence back.
Yeah, Coach. What was the offensive mindset tonight as far as game plan? Because there were a couple of drives there where it seemed like you guys were really methodical in moving the ball down the field. We've been so used to over the last 3 or 4 years, you guys having explosive drives and scoring on 1, 2, 3 plays, and that first drive that you guys had was an 18-play drive that ate up probably 5 or 6 minutes of game clock to put the ball in the end zone and score the first touchdown of the game. Was part of the game plan to just start to establish the run early and just kind of get control of the line of scrimmage, start the ball game?
Yeah, that was our challenge to them going out for that first drive was, hey, we're going to run the ball this drive. This is what we got to be able to do. When you want to win in the playoffs, you've got to be able to run the football. So just last week, we felt obviously we didn't play very good up front. And some of that was not our fault. Some of that is we played a really good opponent. But this week we wanted to come out and gain that confidence back and show ourselves that we can still run the ball and we can smash mouth and we can go methodical. So, that was definitely very deliberate. And, just again showing ourselves that it doesn't matter what we need to do. We have the capabilities to do it.
Obviously, you scored, so you're not going to be upset about it, but you're a very offensive-minded guy. You guys went quick. You guys were able to chew up a lot of the time. But were you ever frustrated at all that you weren't getting bigger plays at the time? Because I know, again, you're very offensive-minded. Obviously, scoring is the number one goal, but from where the Governors have always been to where you can kind of see them now being able to have a long, methodical drive, does that upset you at all, or does it make you kind of a little bit frustrated at all?
No, I think that first drive was perfect. I think that was honestly what we were hoping for, whether it's 10, 12, 14, 16, whatever it was. I mean, we wanted
18 total.
It was really 18.
Yeah, it really
was. We really
seriously.
wanted, we wanted it to be a longer drive. We wanted to push our guys and force them to play tired, and that's a challenge for offensive linemen and the tight ends that are blocking and the running backs running the ball. And it's a challenge to do that physically, and we felt that it was necessary, and they answered the bell. They did that, and then the attrition over the course of the game, we continued to do that as much as we could. So it was pretty deliberate, and you always hope that once in a while you break some big ones, but at the same point, it was what we were hoping for too.
Yeah, not necessarily obviously there's always things to work on, Coach. In your estimation, what were kind of the things to take away from tonight's game that you guys can work on, come next week when you guys play, the opponent that you guys have had the most anticipated games against over the last few years in the T-Area Titans?
Yeah, I think, again, it's a very big game that we got the confidence back running the football. We're going to have to be able to do that again. That's the biggest thing that you do in these big games is you have to be able to control the line of scrimmage, and I think we took a step towards that today. So we'll still have to shore some of those things up. We weren't by any means perfect on all that assignment, but hopefully we can shore some of those up and continue to hopefully progress on the offensive line.
Real quick, too, I got to make a mention of it. That
I do.
No, yep, I do. I am going to make a mention of it. You are now the all-time wins leader in Pierre Governor football history. Obviously, we talked about it in Coach's Corner, and you gave a lot of credit, rightfully so, to all the players and all the coaches. But now that it's finally done, and you can add to this list now, take a moment and even if you don't want to think, say anything about yourself, but what this means for Pierre Governor football, that this era of Steve Steele football is now the most winningest program and part of the program in Pierre Governor.
Yeah, I'm honestly, I'll be excited just not to have to talk about it again. but no, I think it's awesome that all the coaches that have been a part of this and all the players and everybody that's been a part of this. It's just a special thing, and more than anything, I think it's just cool to see how much success we've been able to have, and again, everybody that's been a part of it from a long time ago with coaches that aren't here and players that are married with kids now, and all the way to now where we've got guys that are still here and kids that are still in high school that were ball boys back then. So it's crazy to see the long journey so far, and like I said, it's another game. We got to go win another one now.
Well, I appreciate you actually answered the question, because I know that I know you are not a guy to take the credit for a lot of things, but I appreciate you doing it, because it is very special to a lot of people, and I know it may not be special to you, and probably isn't at all, but it is but it is fun to add to this Pierre Governor, the rich history of what the Pierre Governor football team has had. So congratulations on the win here tonight, congratulations on the record, but more importantly, congratulations on the win, and we'll talk to you Wednesday on Coach's Corner.
Thanks, guys.
That is head coach Steve Steele, the Pierre Governors, as the Govs win at 35-0. They outgain the Huron Tigers 368 to 170, with Kate Kaiser throwing for 159 yards, 2 touchdown passes, both to Jet Zabel, Brock Mosier with a touchdown run, along with Trey Lewis a touchdown run, and a punt return for a touchdown. As Blake, before we wrap things up here, you got a couple final scores to kind of go through here.
Yeah, I got some final scores here, just kind of around 11AA. Aberdeen Central over Brookings 13-0. That is a final. T-Area with a 62-13 lead over Spearfish in Spearfish. That is just starting in the fourth quarter. St. Thomas More over Douglas 20-6 with 2 minutes to go in the fourth as of right now. Yankton with a 27-14 lead over Sioux Falls Roosevelt with 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter. A final score, Watertown over Mitchell 42-7. Sturgis over Belfouche right now 47-16 with a minute to go in that ball game. In the 9B ranks, Sunshine Bible Academy, we already mentioned at halftime, with a 40-31 win in that game. Stanley County with a 48-16 lead over Lemon McIntosh with 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter there. Harriet Selby area with a 36-30 lead over the Potter County Battlers with 11 minutes left in the fourth quarter of that ball game. And then we look at the win for the Winter Warriors. The winner fighting Nathan Nazis with a 28-0 win over the West Central Trojans in that ball game as well.
So the Governors win at 35-0 over the Huron Tigers. And Blake, as we wrap it up here, your final thoughts on the Governors win?
Yeah, big-time defensive effort for the green and white tonight. Like we talked about, John, that's just a really solid defensive effort against a Huron passing attack that, like we mentioned kind of in the pregame, defensive backs were really going to have to be, on top of their game tonight, and they were up for the task against a Huron passing attack led by Colton McNeil and the receivers of C.J. Gainey, Gavin Moding, and Logan Leindecker. Really kind of, didn't really allow them to do much of anything because, like you said, McNeil ended up with only 102 yards passing here tonight by our count. And then you look at, the offensive side of the ball. Govs were not necessarily, the explosive plays. Didn't see a whole lot of explosives tonight from the green and white, but a lot of methodical drives. That opening drive that went 18 plays of 94 yards really set the tone, and that just continued. Obviously, the big explosive play tonight was the Trey Lewis punt return for a touchdown, but, excellent effort all the way around the field. Titan Winkler, our player of the game, always in the backfield, always around the football making plays. Jet Zabel with a touchdown, Brock Mosier with a touchdown. I think, did we miss? There's probably a few other guys with touchdowns. Zabel actually had 2 touchdowns. And then Mosier had the rushing touchdown as well. Lewis on the punt return touchdown. And Lewis also had a rushing touchdown as well. So 2 for Lewis, 2 for Zabel, and 1 for Brock Mosier. Those were your touchdown scorers tonight for the Pierre Governors. 35-0 win. And we talked about it in the pregame too. Didn't have their 2 starting kickers tonight. Asher Vandenbos did an excellent job of putting through the PATs. And 35-0 your final. And the Govs look forward to another tough matchup next week against the T-Area Titans. And we'll look forward to listening to that one. As you'll be in T next week, John. I won't be there with you, but I'll be listening from home and along with you all listening right now on KCCR AM 1240, along with those watching the game on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
So that will wrap it up here for the Governors. Their 3-game homestand. They go 2-1 in that homestand. Still another home game left to go before the end of the regular season, as the Govs, though, will be looking for the win on the road against T-Area next Friday. We'll have coverage at 6:30 and kickoff at 7 o'clock. Governor Girls Soccer, they will play tomorrow in the quarterfinal game against the Mitchell Colonels. That's 11 o'clock kickoff in Mitchell at Joe Quintal Field, as the Govs will be looking to make the state semifinals for the first time since they won the state championship back in the 2018 and 2017 seasons. Those 2 years, back-to-back titles. They're looking to go to the state semifinals for the first time since then as they play at 11 o'clock tomorrow. We'll have Pierre volleyball on the air on Tuesday, unless the Governor girls, maybe we hope to have maybe soccer on Tuesday because the soccer team wins, we'll have soccer for you instead of volleyball on Tuesday with the Govs being in the semifinals. But we'll have Governor Sports for you again on Tuesday with right now coverage starting at 6:30 and first serve at 7 o'clock between Pierre and Harrisburg. I want to say thanks to Jackson Youngworth back at the station. For Blake Dean, John Winkler here signing off. The Governors win at 35-0 over the Huron Tigers as we say so long from Hollister Field.
You've been listening to Pierre Governor Athletics on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Pierre Governor Sports is brought to you by Wind Circle, the Clubhouse Hotel and